I think by the looks of it, we're live, but we're live on my phone. So, hey guys.
They're saying, Paul, get it done.
Yeah. We are having a technical difficulty, so you guys are going to have to give us just a second to get this thing figured out. But I think we have it somewhat figured out now.
Yes. Okay, you are live.
We are live.
Yep.
All right. Cool. And we're waiting for Lori to come in here. We're on a couple minutes early because we're trying to get something figured out, but it ain't working the way it normally works, man. How's everybody doing? Everybody's looking good.
Sorry, people. I'm busy pouring the wine from tonight.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I can pour it in front of you guys. Let's get my priorities straight.
They said they can hear you loud and clear. It's looking good.
We're going to move this back so we can see everybody.
Hey!
There we go.
Hey, what's up?
So, what mic is that one or this one?
It's the mic on the phone.
Okay.
So I set this up the other day when we had no internet service, and I set it up from the phone, and it set it up completely different. So this is the first time that we've done this. Are people seeing the live feed on the side too?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not. Yeah, on the live chat. So that's the first time I've ever seen that live chat working. So that's kind of
Hey
cool.
everybody, how are you? From Alaska.
Woo woo.
He's like, finally, we made it.
Paul and Lorena, Motorhome Experiment.
They said that they missed you guys.
The
It's
chaos.
been too long.
The chaos
I know.
and the calm that is Kevin and Laura.
And we apologize about the last live, but we were in a place where there was no internet. So it's like, it was skipping that month or staying in a town where internet for a long time.
Yeah,
And
staying an extra 2 or 3 days
we
just
couldn't really spend that much time just waiting. So we had to go. But we're here today. We're here right now. So if you have any questions about Alaska, about RVing in Alaska, please make them and put them all in caps so our moderator Kevin can actually read them. If they're not all in caps, it's like most likely they're gonna get skipped because at some point there's so many comments coming that it's just hard to keep up with that.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. We are inside the RV because it was just starting to rain. We wanted to do it outside
yes.
because we have this outside. We'll be able to. You see this here? Let's see if you guys can see this. Out there is a river.
This window.
And maybe out there.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Let's go out this window here.
The opposite window because yeah, you cannot see it.
Don't see all the other junk that's going on everywhere. I'm gonna make everyone sick here in a second. And
That's worth it though.
there you go. Can you guys see that? Almost. I know they can see it. It's a delay. But that's our view out the front window. So, pretty cool.
Mountains and river can get any prettier than that.
Yeah.
Although every time I say that, it gets prettier somehow.
Yep. So I've already screwed this up. And now we're going to try and get it back. I think that'll work. There we go.
Now we're all crooked.
Now we're all crooked.
Everybody lean this way.
We're leaning a little to the right. Oh, that's different for us. Woohoo! All right, cool.
Well, everybody cheers.
Oh, cheers, everybody.
being in Alaska. Cheers.
Oh,
We made it.
Oh, we made it to Alaska, yeah.
Almost made it. Yay.
Cheers to you guys.
Awesome, man. We've got people from all over the place.
Okay, yeah. Where are
The
you from?
UK. We got Arizona. We got Chris from Arizona. We got Fort Myers, Florida, Massachusetts, Calgary.
Damn.
Sunny South Carolina, from South Dakota. Somebody is en route to Washington from South Dakota. Okay, that's crazy.
Cool. You're not watching us while you're driving, right?
It's
No?
Pam and Jim from Seattle.
Pam and Jim, what's up?
Yes.
Palm Bay, Florida.
I heard-
OC, California.
Jim got a new toy in Seattle, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan, Austin,
unicycle.
Texas, Maryland, Arkansas, Cedar Rapids,
I have
Iowa.
to say, the most
This is
impressive so
craziness.
far is UK because what time is over there?
Yeah, it's
right
gotta be
now?
craziness.
It's gotta be
Is that
Middle
is
of
that
the night.
Aid Collins?
It's midnight over there right now.
Woo! Midnight. Ah, that's not too bad.
Chilly whack.
Chilliwack, BC.
This is awesome, man. Pittsburgh, Alabama, Bassett, Virginia.
Representing, man. That's awesome. Really, really cool.
Well, thank you
it's
for
1 a.m.
showing up. Thank you for showing up, guys. It's
Absolutely.
like we really, really, really appreciate it. It's like
Oh, by the way, we're joined back up with Vegan RV. Everyone's been asking, are you joining up with Vegan RV? Yes, we are.
I'm from Israel.
Holy smokes! Israel!
Wow.
There you go.
Wow, that's craziness.
If you follow us on Instagram, either Vegan RV or us, you will know that we have been together already for about 10 days, something like that. So it's like, follow us on Instagram is what I'm saying.
And the reason that we were split up for a little bit, or part of the reason, was we lagged behind, obviously, in the U.S., but then you guys saw the video we released today. We kind of took a little 1,000-mile detour.
Okay, funny story, just quick 3-minute story, is a 1,000-mile detour that he told me, oh, we should go here, Dempster Highway is like to the Arctic Circle and all that. It's not that far, it's just 500 miles. I'm like, well, 500 miles doesn't sound that bad, right? It's like 250 up, 250 down, so that's 2 days.
Oh, no, I never said that. I said it's 500 miles. I didn't say that was one way.
You didn't say that word one way, but you said it's only 500 miles. So
Yeah.
I thought that's round trip. And once we got there, I realized it was 1,000 miles, over 1,000 miles. So it was quite a detour. And the funny thing is, the couples that we got to meet there, all the wives, they thought the same way as I did. So it was a trend with the husbands and wives over there. So yeah.
Just never give them all the information, just a snippet. That's all you need to know.
But totally worth it.
It was amazing. I wanted to get that entire trip up on one video, and there was too much to show, so we're going to separate it into 3 videos. I'm going to try and release another one tomorrow and then another one on Tuesday.
Promise.
But I'm not going to I'm not promising, but it could happen, but it might not.
Probably not. Just count on not, and if it shows up.
But I'm so far behind right now that I need to start pumping an extra couple out during the week. Popping a couple of videos out. Just to
Yeah.
clarify that.
We hear you.
Jeez.
So, I will say, Alaska has not been near as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It's just incredible, the misinformation. First off, crossing the border into Canada, why does everyone think it's like going to Russia or like Uzbekistan or something? Like, so many people are freaked out about the border crossing into Canada. You cross the border, they ask you a couple of questions, mainly to make sure you're not a criminal and you don't have guns, or you're going to stay and live, because they don't want us from the United States in Canada that much. And that's it. It is such a simple process. Now, can you get pulled over into secondary and get inspected? Absolutely. It could take a half hour. It could take an hour. All it is an inconvenience that is not worth not going through so that you can come up here, because it is absolutely incredible. Once if you can just get up into BC itself was incredible. Northern BC, like out of Vancouver on the way up to Dawson Creek, absolutely incredible. So don't get all freaked out about a border crossing and not come up here just because someone said that they got interrogated at the border. They don't interrogate you at the Canadian border. They ask you questions. That's it. So
and for the most part, usually the usual questions is like why you brought from the other country, you have guns, and what you do for a living. So they know you're not going to stay and work in their country. So that's about it.
I mean, come on, look, they didn't interrogate Kevin, and look at him.
5 minutes. I think it took them 5 minutes. Just
Yeah, we blew through, but we know people that got searched. They got pulled over and
Right.
searched for an hour and a half.
Right.
It is what it is.
In our times, I mean, like, we have been pulled over and searched before too. It's like, and they just do their thing, and that's it.
They're just doing their job. It's really not that big of a deal. So
don't
anyways,
be afraid.
Don't be afraid to cross the border.
It's just easy, and
I will
just take your
say
time.
the guy coming into Alaska from Canada, he was a little bit of a dick, but we had a hitchhiker with us, and so he pulled the hitchhiker out and said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And the kid's, a hitchhiker, so he looks a little bit like a homeless person to most people because he's a little bit grubby and he's got a backpack and he's a young kid.
He is a U.S. citizen.
And he's a U.S. citizen. And the guy at the U.S. border, he kind of was a little bit of a dick to the kid, but the kid just smiled and laughed it off, got back in the coach, and away we went. That took even 5 minutes, even with him.
5 minutes, yeah.
So the border crossing was easy. The roads are rough, but they're not that rough.
Not for the most part. I will say from 100% probably rough at 10 to 20%.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? 10% maybe of the road that's like
10 to 20. I mean, it's not that bad. Everybody says, oh, you need to carry an extra spare tire. You need to carry more water. You need to carry. It's like what we have experienced is not that bad.
No.
It's
if you're carrying extra tire, literally the Dempster Highway, 1,100 miles of dirt road. We were told that we needed spare tires. We had some guy ask us if we were going to travel up there with the car because they weren't gravel tires. I'm like, there's really no such thing as a gravel tire. Yeah, you can get 8-ply, 10-ply, stuff like that. But if you're getting flat tires up here and stuff is breaking, you're probably driving a little too fast. With that being said, we did have the one of the struts, the supporting struts on our tow dolly break, but I have a feeling I dragged it over a rock when we were out at McCarthy. And that's the worst road we've been on.
Yeah, even
total.
After the Dempster Highway, the 1,000 miles of just like dirt road, it was not even that bad. It's like McCarthy has been the worst.
And it's 60 miles in,
but
60 miles out.
Even then, it's extremely doable. I mean, come on. If we did it, you can do it. It's like, it's not that bad.
Without a single flat tire.
Yeah.
Why? Because we drove 30 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour for 60 miles.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you have to do.
So, anyway, Kevin, any questions?
So many already.
Oh, God.
And we've been rambling while you could be.
Where exactly are we?
We are in Palmer, Alaska. It is a sleepy kind of little town, just shy of Anchorage. It's just northeast of Anchorage, and we're here just because it happened to be good cell, good internet, and we knew that we were going to do the live tonight, and then we'll head over into Anchorage. I guess we could have went into Anchorage, but it's a lot more pretty over here.
We understand Anchorage as well. It's like when there's a lot of people in town, the towers get overloaded and internet is not as great, so we didn't want to risk it. If it's true, it's not true, we will see at some point, but we didn't want to risk it. So we're here where there's good internet to be with you guys, basically.
Yeah, buddy.
Question.
Oh, man. Any other coach issues from the rough roads up here?
The normal stuff, really. Like I've been going around with the screwdriver and screw gun and tightening up some stuff. We've got a nick on the window that happened on the car window that happened somewhere between Whitehorse and Tuktoyaktuk.
Okay. Since our trek up here, and that counts also Canada, it's like we had already 3 stone chips, 2 in the RV, 1 in the car. The one in the RV, the bigger one, was on BC, right?
Yeah, it was
British
in BC.
Columbia. It was highway. I mean, it was not like it was highway. And then we have the one in the car that's between Whitehorse and the Arctic Circle. We don't know what part.
I've been actually turning the camera on every time a big truck comes. I've been turning the camera on, trying to catch the windshield just smashing out and.
I know.
No, not yet.
Nothing. And another one, a little one in the RV, and that was also in the Dempster. But that's about it.
I think you guys have got one, right?
What's that?
One stone chip so far?
Yeah, and it happened as soon as we crossed the border.
Oh, it happened in BC?
Yeah.
Incoming.
It was an incoming. It was just like happened to the Wynns. 18-wheeler coming on, and all of a sudden you get a chip in your windshield, and they're not even at you yet.
Right.
And you're like, how does that happen?
Right.
It's like they're throwing rocks at you, I think.
Right.
So, besides that, I think what Paul said about the dolly, that has been the only damage that it has been done because of the roads, and that's because we, on purpose, took that road, and it's you can totally avoid and not go there. That will be a mistake, but you can avoid bad roads here, too.
Yeah, we'll get to the McCarthy thing here in a little while, because that was insane.
Amazing.
But stone chips can happen absolutely anywhere, guys, that there's dirt on a road. It can happen anywhere in the United States. So don't just go, oh, if I go to Alaska, I'm going to lose my front windshield. If you go anywhere, you could get a stone chip. I guarantee there's a lot of people out there right now that have a stone chip in your window and you've never been up here, right? So don't be afraid to come up here because you're going to get a stone chip. That's why we have insurance.
Let me see. Other thing has been broken. Well, the dolly needs to be rewired and they need to be kind of like the fenders are a little bit broken.
Oh yeah, if you go to Tuktoyaktuk, stuff is gonna break.
And that's because it was rainy, so it was muddy. So with the mud, and it just took out a lot.
But I will say that the dolly needed to be rewired anyways.
Mhm.
The one fender had already been destroyed by the flat tire, which happened in Arizona, and so it needed to be rewired. But the mud packed so much on it that it just pulled all the wiring out from underneath the dolly. And again, for me, it is totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Totally
it's
worth it from where we were, where we went. Amazing. It was amazing.
Yep.
What else, Mr. Kevin?
Oh man, such good ones. Who's weighing the wildlife count?
I think the we're destroying
Uh,
vegan RV are destroying us.
They smoke us, and that's because this lady in the bus that we're in happened to scream like reindeer, and there was like a massive, how you call it? It's not packs, how you call them?
Herd.
A massive herd of reindeer.
Yeah.
So
And then we were told there was a herd of 300 to 500 on the top of the world highway. So we were excited. We were going to get there. And as we came over the top of the world highway, which yes, the video will be up in next
don't
couple of
talk
weeks.
about videos.
But everybody had been seeing it for the past 2 to 3 days. Nothing. Zero.
Nothing.
No animals on the top of the world highway. None. So these guys are killing us right now.
We paid for them to go back into the woods.
Yeah, I think so. They shoot them away.
All right, Rick and Amy Clark. Amy wants to know if she flies me to Alaska and drops me off, will Paul pick me up as a hitchhiker? No returns.
Rick? Hell no. He's your responsibility.
All right, so temps at night in the Arctic Circle.
Love you, Rick, by the way. What?
Temps at night in the Arctic Circle. We didn't make it. That was another question. Did we make it to the Arctic Circle with you guys? We did not go
No.
because 1,000 miles, 6 miles a gallon at $7 a gallon. We weren't going to do it.
$6.50. Yeah.
7.
610.
And then the discount, which
Yeah, the
makes
discount.
it 50 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was $1.61 a liter at Eagle Plains Hotel, and $1.60 at Eagle Plains, $1.61 up in Tuktoyaktuk. So yeah, fairly, that's $6.10 a gallon or something like that. And what I love up there is it's $1.60. It's not 1.609, and it's not 1.6109. You know, I hate that. It's just
Anyway, temperatures, it was not bad. We
It
were
was awesome.
actually in prime season. They literally have like 6-8 weeks of summer.
yeah,
if
they have
that,
about 8
or-
weeks.
And we happened to be like when we supposed to be there, and it was amazing. We were literally on t-shirt when we were over there.
Mm.
Kind of on t-shirt. We really couldn't be on t-shirt because of the amount of mosquitoes.
The mosquitoes were brutal.
But it was nice weather in the daytime. It was not rainy. Just a few days or a few hours were raining. And at night, it was, well, I would say mid-40s.
Mid-high 40s, I don't know.
Yeah, about in the 40s. So it was not as bad. I mean, we have been in colder places in the lower 48 with RV. So not bad at all.
Well, we got a notice today that 1 year ago we were in Boston on Facebook, and that notification showed all us in jackets. We were freezing last year at this time
so
in Boston.
cold.
So cold.
Yeah.
And today we were outside picking fruit in t-shirts.
Yes.
So pretty crazy.
Well, no. Picking vegetables.
Picking vegetables. Sorry, yeah, I keep saying fruit.
So, shout out to John Hennessy.
Yeah, Johnny,
John,
our Boston guy. We met John a year ago.
Boston.
Somewhere around a year ago, John.
What's it? Park the car.
Pack the car. Johnny's packing the car in Boston.
Let's see here. Let's see, who's winning the wildlife? Okay, so on the topic of wildlife, what do you do with Ozzy with the wildlife around?
I've been dangling him out the window to try and attract the bears. It doesn't work, like, at all.
He says that he will never do that, I have to say. But we try to keep him close to the RV when we let him out. But for the most part, I will say 70% of the time is like he's not allowed out at all.
Survival of the fittest. That's how nature works. We let him out and he can fight his way back in. That doesn't happen.
No. So he stays for the most part in the RV, and we just let him out once in a while.
Very, very supervised. Not like, we let him run around where we can't find him. like we have in some places.
Yeah.
Very supervised. We don't let him pop up underneath the RV or get anywhere out of our eyeball sight.
Yes.
So many thank yous for Lorena doing the motorhome tour.
Yes, I did
It
it.
finally happened.
Finally.
Finally.
Okay, so a couple of technical questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you do with the steering wheel when it's on the tow dolly?
The steering wheel of the car?
Yeah, like, is it?
That's why I like the tow dolly. You lock the car, take the keys out, and come inside. You just
The
steering's locked.
driving wheels are actually
driving
on the
and steering
dolly.
wheels are on the dolly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you tow, it has to be front wheel drive. If it's back wheel drive, then you.
Oh,
can't.
we
Yeah.
have we
Rear
have
wheel, you
seen
can't do
some people actually back wheel drive. They will load
Towing
it
Reverse.
backwards.
Yeah, reverse.
That to
Just
me
so
just seemed
weird.
like a bad idea because your wheels still turn a little bit. So here's the deal. You can lock your steering. I've had people say, well, they don't lock their steering on their tow dolly. Well, your tires will still turn a little bit. Your steering wheel will still turn a little bit, even when the steering wheel's locked. Our dolly pivots. So as long as you're not turning really, really tight, there is no reason to not have your steering wheel locked in the car. We just put it up there, lock it
And
up.
that was one of the,
Yeah.
for us, positive things with the dolly, that we could put any car as long as it was front wheel drive and just bring it with us. So even if we wanted to switch a car, it's like we could put it on the dolly and just bring it with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Which we might have to sell a gently used Ford Edge by the time we're done with this.
We have not been using the car almost
we
at all.
really haven't been
Like,
using it.
we fill it out with fuel, with gas in the lower 48, and literally we're still like over
Three quarters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't used it that much. A little bit in a Nuvik and a little bit here today. That was it.
In Dawson City.
Oh, and that's right, Dawson City. Just a
That
little
was
bit.
it.
Everybody's saying that the picture's reversed
Yeah, it could very well be reversed.
because the iPhone does it right,
Oh,
and that's not an
please.
iPhone.
Do you see it reverse there?
I mean, I see it. But it looks.
I'm not
like that.
showing it reversed on. Oh yeah, it is reversed. If you look at it on the screen,
Yeah.
It's reversed there. It's not reversed on the phone. I never even looked at that, whether I can control that or not.
Well, you can always close that one, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to adjust it, just a wee bit.
With it.
A wee bit. And of course, we can only see it after it adjusts. So
Does that affect the
There you go.
microphone though?
I don't know if the microphone will.
Wow, now
Oh.
you guys look normal. You did it better.
And that's just right here on the couch.
Well, no, it's mostly on us.
Well, that's all
Y'all
right.
are just hanging
Nobody
out
wants to
the
look.
edge.
Nobody wants to look at me, anyways.
Yeah.
There. How's that? They want to look at Lorena, but we don't want to crop Kevin out there. All right, cool.
We're all in
There we go. Now we're all in there, and we should be straightened out. It's the same thing happened when the video started flipping on the camera for a while. I forgot that there was a setting, and yeah. Anyways. So
Okay.
next question.
Talk about solar. How's it been since we've been in Alaska?
Okay, so solar has been
Okay.
absolutely amazing.
It's gonna be 30 minutes of that.
Somebody asked the question. Let us answer the
Okay,
question.
okay.
What, you had 30 minutes to talk about the inside of the RV?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so
we should be
there's
moved
gonna
over.
be a
Let's move
specialty
over that way
video.
towards them. Move over that way towards them. Just
No.
one time in
Twice.
Doesn't
Twice.
see.
Dawson City, and then just
Which
now
one?
in
Valdez.
Valdez, which
Jeez.
oh my
all right,
goodness,
Laura.
yeah,
Did you get into our stash?
yeah.
What?
So,
No, I'm fucking
and we
kidding.
didn't really need to plug in, but here's the deal: over the last week since we left Valdez, or how many days? 4 days, 5 days. It's been somewhat overcast, but enough to keep a little bit of power going, and we are at.
Somebody said, I just got up to leave. What the hell happened to the picture? You guys are rotating. You guys are on the other side.
We are at 86% battery right now, and it's been overcast for the last several days. We have had no problems whatsoever. The least we've got down to battery power is about 68%, and it's been incredible. And we're a little bit more conservative when we're when we're running the solar, we're not just, throwing the microwave on all the time,
Yeah,
but we literally don't turn the inverter off.
Right now that it's overcast, we're not getting as much solar. Is when instead of like cooking on the induction cooktop, I cook on propane. So we don't have the massive batteries that these guys have. I think they still do everything on power, but it's like we go a little bit more conservative, but we haven't had a problem at all. But you found out that it was the fridge, right?
Yeah, initially when I first installed it, I was not happy with the way it was performing. It was just going dead way too quick. Like we'd watch TV and I'd work on the computer for a little bit and we'd drop off to 60 or 55%, and I didn't understand why. And I found out that it was the refrigerator. The refrigerators in these things will run 12 or not 12 volt, but it's 12 volt plus propane and or on 120. We had it set to auto. So as soon as it detected that there was 120 volt available through the inverter, it would come on. And it drew just a tremendous amount of power, about 24 amps, which a lot of this stuff isn't going to mean, these numbers aren't going to mean anything to anybody, but it draws a lot of power. So all we did was switch the stove, I was going to say, switch the fridge over to propane only. And they really sip propane. They don't use a whole lot of propane. Mm-hmm. And it's been fine ever since. So it's really, really good. I've got all the install video and stuff done. I just need to do a video on talking about the kind of the who, what, where, when, why on solar. I am now more and more convinced that more people should do solar, not just in their RV, but in their house. And we'll talk about the good and bad about it as well, because for some reason, I don't understand why some of you guys out there want to fight the solar thing and say it's just not that clean of energy because the mining process, we understand that there's some things that are not as clean. I know, stop them.
Stop him.
But
okay, yep, that was
there
good.
are some parts
good.
of the process that are not. All you guys shut up. I'm going to give everybody the finger on camera. Because it's important. It is clean energy. Once the stuff is processed, it is clean energy forever. So a little bit of storage issues, some battery issues, which that technology is going to get better. Solar rocks.
Yeah, we went from having 1,000 people to 5 watching now.
Good.
So,
all the people that don't like solar, go away.
All right. So anyway, solar is actually really good. Just ignore him. Do you feel the need to have a gun while you're up here?
I've never owned a gun in my 55 years on the planet, have never felt like I've needed one, and I still don't feel like I need one.
Unless you are going to go hunting, no.
Yeah, we don't feel it.
I don't know why people think that you need to be safe or feel safe having a gun. If you don't feel safe when you're in your RV somewhere, just move somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Your house moves. Now again, I'm not a gun person.
Well, here this guy
Kevin is. Kevin normally has a gun on him, and that's okay. If that's what you're into and you like guns, own a gun.
Okay.
I don't feel it necessary.
Kevin, you feel unsafe?
I don't feel unsafe.
There you go.
I mean, I have Laura with me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That says it all.
Like, I want to know where are you staying that you feel unsafe? Like,
no,
how many enemies do you have that you feel unsafe?
Here's the thing. It's not like people feel unsafe staying in places. It's more like, I think when you're not in this role, like you're part-timing into campgrounds or something like that, the idea of boondocking for a lot of people is like there's not a gate or there's not a 24-hour person there to be like security. And I think there's where the concern comes around. But I mean, we have never been in a place where we feel unsafe. And if we had, we usually move. And it's usually in the cities. It's not even on boondocking, on like right now here in the wilderness, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Stop watching the news, people.
So we just got $5. A raft of wandering otters says, "Thanks for demonstrating sheer manliness of vegetarians and solar power living. Please shout out to my wife, Susan Gordo."
Susan Gordo.
Hey,
Susan. What's the $5 what?
Like people can put money into the chat.
Is that what the big green thing that was? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you so much. That'll get Lorena some wine. and it makes her much more tolerable.
No, it will give Ozzy some food.
People are asking how much coffee did you drink before this?
No, now you guys wonder why I don't drink. I don't.
We haven't had a life in 2 months, so at this point,
Yeah, I've got a lot of
Somebody's
energy to
tired.
release. I haven't done this in a couple of months, so yeah,
That's what she said.
absolutely.
Oh my god.
All right, so some questions for Lorena
Yes.
and Laura. By the way, they're saying, Laura, please stop dominating the conversation.
Yes, as always.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
Always,
Sweet Tea
Laura,
Travels says
always.
you're such a badass. After I said you protect me. Do either of you pre-cook because you are boondocking?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say I'm very bad about it. I should plan more my meals. I'm not a planner. I just like open the fridge and see what I'm gonna cook that day. But once in a while, I will just do like a batch of rice and just put it in the fridge, and I will just bring it out. But without really having a plan. Now, Miss Laura here, she is more planned in that respect.
Yeah, I'm not very good at cooking small amounts of food at a time. So if I'm gonna fire up the Instant Pot, I figure it might, I want it to last a while. So it's usually 4 to 6 servings of whatever it is, and I do kind of try and think ahead, and always have some kind of cooked grain in the refrigerator ready to go. Beans, I'll cook large amounts of beans at a time and freeze some and keep some in the refrigerator, and that makes it easy to cook
That's
things
true.
fast.
It's like, yeah, I have in my freezer also beans and chickpeas is what I have in my, that I cooked previously and just put in smaller containers and just bringing them out as I need them.
Yep.
But in the fridge, usually for me, it's just rice. Besides that, I don't pre-cook anything. Yeah, my meals are very simple. They're not that extravagant and exciting. Laura is the one, the cook of the entire family here. She's a good one. Kevin.
Oh man. Okay, so real quick, couple of shouts out. Donut Egg One, $1.99. Kathy Barber says, "Love you guys. $10. Have a
Oh
Dr.
my
Pepper
God.
on."
What in the hell is going on? You guys are
Frank and Kathy
freaking
Barber
amazing.
from Victoria, BC. Boom. $4.99 from Ralph Woodard. Hi from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Ralph, what's
Oh,
happening, brother?
For fuel and wine.
You guys are so
What is
nice.
going on? Like, I didn't know you could do that.
You guys are gonna make
I need to start drinking more Dr. Pepper.
You guys are gonna make Ozzy fat because we're gonna use it for his food.
It's never gonna happen. He's never gonna see it. It's a dime of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you
That's
so much,
amazing.
though.
Oh my god. You guys are gonna make me cry.
Don't cry.
Okay, so let's see here. So, two parts to this question. Is this trip the most remote we've felt as far as camping? And if not, where was it?
As far as camping,
Yeah, like
finding
on our
the-
trip. Like
Right.
in the past
Okay.
year and a half.
For us, it was the Arctic Circle.
For us, it was the Yukon in Northwestern Territories. I mean, it was like, I think we felt pretty remote. And once we hit Alaska, there has been a lot more people and towns and campgrounds and places to stay. But yeah, I think this is the first trip as a whole where we have felt more remote. I think the East Coast is more, even on the Cape Breton area and all that, it's like there's a lot more towns and people too.
Yeah, you don't have to drive that far to get to the closest town. You gotta remember, the Eagle Plains Hotel is literally that. It's just one building that's halfway up there. So that drive up to the Arctic Ocean is 550 miles, let's say. So the halfway point is the Eagle Plains Hotel. That's it. And so it's really, really remote. So that for us has been the most remote spot.
But even all the way up here, like the Yukon on the Alcan as well, it's like you will see a lot of places are lodges where they sell you fuel or lodging, a little campground, and that's about it. Oh,
Yeah.
and cinnamon buns. There's a thing about cinnamon buns.
Yeah.
So, but my point being is like, it's not really towns. You will find along the way like little lodges, and then you drive hundreds of miles until you get to the next lodge. So it feels pretty remote.
But again, the whole thing about you can't find gas anywhere. Have you guys found that at all? Like, have you been ever on fumes one time?
We came close, but we planned it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like
I think
at the end of empty, but we knew exactly how many miles we had left.
Oh,
And
okay.
we planned it.
we were avoiding paying like $1.90 a liter or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
was like
Canada to US.
yeah, we were like, okay, it's $1.90 a liter. If we can stretch it, it's $1.60 a liter. So we're like, we'll just
Yeah.
drive the extra 100
Yeah.
miles.
never
But
even
we knew we could
experienced
make
that though. Like, where was it? $1.90 a
What'd
liter.
you
It's between Liard and
Somewhere else, yeah.
maybe
I
Watson Lake or.
Yeah, the most we paid was 160 something.
And that was
That's-
up on the Dempster.
That's the most
Yeah.
we paid.
I think the most.
I mean, we
paid
saw
was
a bunch of
140.
199s a liter in
That's
traveling.
weird.
Yeah.
Just because we would stop at those pull-offs of like the big barrels with the like weird gas
Right.
thing, and we were like, let's check it out, just see how much it is. We pull over, like,
Oh,
oh my
okay.
god.
All right, we just
You
filled
know.
up at pretty much every major city.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the
that's
thing.
We
you
filled
have-
up.
Yeah.
And
you
never
have
got below
major
half a
cities.
tank.
Exactly.
Yep.
Paul and Rhonda, $1.99. Thanks for the info.
Paul and
Thank you.
Rhonda, thank you so much.
That's
Thank
Paul
you,
and
thank
Rhonda
you.
Smith.
Now, you guys
crazy.
feel like this
Guys are
trip
crazy.
has been more remote than our other trips or your other trips?
I would say
Parts of it because you have
parts
no
of
internet.
it, like once you got out of like, was it Fort Nelson?
Yeah.
Man, dude, there was nothing, and it was
Yeah, between
boring.
that and Liard.
In Liard,
Mhm.
there was nothing out there. So, in some of those places, I did, but I felt like every day you were hitting a fairly decent sized city. It
Right.
wasn't like out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I'd probably say the most remote we felt is Chena Hot Springs, because that was out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
But it's within this trip.
It's
that's my
within-
point.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
here in Alaska, yeah.
Yep. Oh my God, Jamie Tardif, $24.99.
Oh my
Thanks,
god. Thank you
This
so
is for the
much.
info on Kevin's Communist Workers Party hat. Communist Workers Party hat. Have a drink on Jamie and Ray
Jamie,
from
thank you
Huntsville,
so
Alabama.
much. Jamie and who?
Jamie and Ray from Huntsville, Alabama.
Jamie and Ray, thank you so
Jamie
much.
and Ray.
That's awesome.
You guys are crazy.
Okay.
Nuts.
Now
They're talking about
I
my orange hat.
want to repeat for the newcomers to the chat and all that. Remember, if you have any questions, put them all in
All in
caps,
caps, right.
so Kevin can read them. Otherwise, it's just hard to be picking every question. So put in caps if you have any questions.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I haven't seen
Thank you so
as long
much.
as it's all in caps.
Right.
And
Yeah, just
What
make
the-
sure it's all in caps.
what
Because it's
song?
Some people were asking about. They go, "Hey Kevin, did you ever get your rear end issue fixed?" Rear end on the RV. Come on, everybody.
I was gonna say he's been jogging, he's been running, he's been
he
swimming,
has been like
Squats.
squats.
I mean,
he has been kind of walking a little bit funny, so I'm not sure.
we have been with you guys for the past 10 days. That's what it feels like. Anyway, we did get it fixed. It was like an outer seal. They're like paper seals. It was quick, in and out once we got it done.
And they said the place it was amazing. Shout out to what place?
What was it?
Jeans, RV, and truck repair in
So-
Fairbanks.
Auto.
Truck and auto, yeah.
that
something
was
like
in Fairbanks. They didn't try to rip them off or trying to change stuff that they shouldn't. They actually told them exactly and showed them exactly and explained what it was. And it was like very fast too, how
Yeah.
they did it. So amazing service.
Yeah, no, they were awesome and they were fast and they knew exactly. And they even like pointed out other things. They're like, "Hey, did you know this?" And I was like, "Yeah," but everybody told me I was crazy that I thought that there was an issue. He goes, "Oh, I can fix it real quick," and they just brought me for it. And it was easy.
See,
It was
it's,
awesome.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
very hard to find those places, I have
Yeah.
to say.
So Sweet Tea Travels, $10. Tallulah says
Oh
we need to
my
send money
God.
to the cat.
So
And
Lula,
you guys can
thank
spend it.
you.
Yes.
Say thank you, Ozzy. Look cute.
He always looks cute.
Okay, so has the travel in Alaska been different than the lower 48?
Oh, definitely.
How?
I would say the views
Every
are
corner there is
Wow.
a river. Every corner there is
The
something to
boondock
see.
is much better.
So
Yeah,
much
there's so
boondocking.
many places to boondock. You're not trying to find a spot somewhere where it's
It's just
crowded because
anywhere.
it's the only place.
That is
It's
true.
like I think it exceeded my expectations. I was thinking Alaska was gonna be just a very quick going around trip and back, and there is so much to do to see and so many beautiful people, scenery that I think it has exceeded my expectations for sure.
Yeah,
So it has been different.
like yeah, between towns there can be some open space, but for the most part though, I don't know. I don't see it. I just didn't see it as as remote and as wicked and ugly as everybody. Like everyone just goes, "Oh my God! If you go to Alaska, your RV is going to be destroyed." Now we beat the snot out of this thing because we drove 1,000 miles of dirt road. We expected that, but the rest of it has not been that bad.
Fairness, we have been the RV also in the lower 48 in Maine.
Where it's been ridiculous.
New Mexico, and some places that it's just like it has been roads that are worse than here. So I think like it's different experience lower 48 from Alaska, but it has exceeded our expectations.
But boondocking, yeah, I mean, you literally can go, oh, we can stay here, or we can drive a few miles.
You have something on your phone that's beeping and it's loud as everything.
All his notifications.
All my notifications. So let me see if I can kill that stuff.
Just put
here while you're doing that. Lynn Smith, thank you, $10. Rick Hickman, thank you, $10.
Oh my God, you guys, knock it off.
All right, so
just put it in silent. Just kill the notifications.
Couple of things, and I've missed. I think Rick's question. Sorry, it's a different Rick. Couch in the rig. How did you guys get that in here through that small?
Well, there's actually one of our first videos, and it was literally the last day that we were in the house because we got it like last minute, and we literally almost with butter we squeezed it through the door, and it was only the both of us carrying this massive thing. So it was tough, but we made it work.
So you have the arm of the couch that's that shape, and you have the door. So you kind of come in the door like that and wrap it around. It did not like it at all. There was parts where we thought we might tear the couch, and
we tried to put towels in between the door and the couch. But...
yeah, as much as we could, but it wound up making it in. We also do not have that big chair in the corner. So if we had one of those big chairs there where a lot of them are just inside the door, that might have been hard.
We had that chair back then, I think.
I think that was one of the first things we pulled out. But it wasn't easy, but it can be done. You just have to be very, very careful. The only other way that these things normally come in or out is through a window. Like usually they pop out a front window. Like if you're going to... a lot of the refrigerators and stuff have to go out through the front window, which is ridiculous.
But if you want to see how we did it, it's literally in video. Probably some of the 2016 videos, and it's going to be the last day we were in the house because the last thing we received and we put in the RV before leaving the house.
Yeah, I would have to find the exact video because I don't think there's a video title that says couch
I'm just
install.
saying if they want to go and browse for them.
Right. Don't look at our earlier videos, please.
They're like you always make fun of it because our first videos is like, hello, my name is Lorena.
And I am Paul, and here is the motorhome experiment. These are our friends.
Please go watch that video. Comment, like. I play it for them through the window every once in a while.
Every now and then we hear our voices from across the hall here, and awesome. Yeah. So hopefully the videos.
You gotta start somewhere, right? And
you have to start somewhere. Which, by the way, while we're on that, these guys just hit 1,000 subscribers. Go subscribe to their channel, Vegan RV. Woo.
YouTube, Vegan RV.
YouTube.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Where's the whistle? It's in the coach.
Oh, thank goodness. It's away.
We came unprepared.
I know. Sorry.
Wait, I might be able to help with that.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna.
Laura has it.
Okay, so. A couple of Alaska things.
Cool. That's what we should be on. Alaska theme. Yeah.
So, what's after Alaska?
No idea.
So we have another bet, everybody.
No. The response to that would be south.
South.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not loud. We need to turn that up. What's
on
that?
Speakerphone. There you go.
There we go. All right. After Alaska, getting out. I would say probably having to get into Canada.
Yeah.
That's after Alaska.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Canada.
And then I'd probably say somewhere in the U.S.
And then the U.S. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That's what I'm feeling.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Guys, we're gonna head south. There's some debate as to what's going on.
Right now, real quick. So when are you heading back?
September-ish.
Okay.
Well, back where? Back to Canada? Back to the U.S.?
It says back to the U.S. Sorry.
September-ish.
I would say after we see auroras is the definitive mark on when
Right.
we can start heading back.
Right.
Not when we
Yes,
will.
yes.
We will not head back until we see some sort of Aurora Borealis event.
Because
So we might be here till October.
Yep.
no.
We don't know.
We might become Eskimos.
We might.
We'll
yes.
just pack snow around the RV.
Yeah.
This will be the inside.
Turn them into igloos.
Exactly.
We'll become Inuits. Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
It's going to be sometime around the first week of September, I would think.
Well, no, when we leave here, but entering the lower 48 probably
Second week of September?
towards the end of September.
To the third week or fourth week of September? October. And then the debate after that is where we're going. But if we hang out with these guys on the West Coast, Laura gets a puppy!
So,
A puppy dog.
so I think Laura's getting a puppy.
Yeah. I shouldn't have made that bet.
It was not a bet. It was an agreement.
It was an agreement.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kevin said if we hang out with them on the West Coast, then Laura gets a puppy.
Now, question to you guys. If we actually, it will be next year, in 2019, we go to Portside. Will you be interested in camping with us in Portside? Is my question. So,
I will.
hanging out?
I want to.
so put in the comments there if you would to see how many people will be interested on doing that. We can-
Nobody wants to hang out with us.
Well, with you and
I
Kevin,
mean, you're hanging
but
out
with
us
Laura
right
and
now.
I, it might be different.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, they might want to hang out with Laura and Lori.
Exactly. Oh, I know.
I mean, I would.
And
Yeah.
Z.
Am I right?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, there is this inside joke right now in the group because we went and took a boat tour, and the captain in the microphone the entire time will say what?
Oh, yeah. It happened, right?
So Pam says they'll come hang out with us only if Laura gets a medical check ahead of time and your rear end gets fixed, Kevin. There is a bunch of hell yeahs in here, so a lot of people want to come camp in Quartzsite.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you accountable.
Heck yes, Quartzsite 2019.
Oh.
There you go.
It'll be 2018, right?
All right.
19.
Yeah.
We're 18.
We're
Already
18. It'll be
passed.
2019.
This year.
Oh yeah, what's up 2019? That's what I was saying.
Do we have any folks in Alaska on? Like
Yeah, is there
We've been-
anybody?
Sweet Tea Travels.
Sweet Tea Travels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sweet Tea Travels is up
Yeah.
here. They're right down
But
the
we
street
know
from
we're
us.
gonna meet her at some point.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
doing the loop the opposite way, so we
Yeah,
might
we're
meet her.
gonna meet them. Tallulah and everything. So. But
Awesome. Real quick, Rick and Amy Clark.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Depends. Is it Rick or Amy?
Is it Rick or Amy?
It's
asking the
Rick.
question? Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Everyone else, stop watching right now.
$10. Please pick me up hitchhiking. Love Rick.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rick. Absolutely, man. We'll swing by.
We'll
get
pick you up.
Shit, Amy should pay us $500 for that.
No, I think she wants them left out there.
Oh well, yeah. If
Well, it's extra.
that's
that.
right.
For not picking him
For,
up.
yeah, if we don't bring him back, what's that worth to you, Amy?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all right. You guys, I mean, again, we say it so much. Our community here is just absolutely incredible. So, you guys rock.
Amazing, guys. Amazing.
And the rain is coming down now. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys will be able to hear that. One of the reasons why we didn't do this outside because we knew we'd be scrambling to come in. We could have set up the clam, which would have been a little bit weird.
No, but we're not in an actual camping spot. We are in a boondocking spot where
Yeah.
it's pretty tight here, so we don't want to take other people's space. There's
Yeah.
a mosquito.
But mosquito around here.
Okay, assuming that you come back to Alaska,
Assuming, yes.
assuming we are, I'm just saying, would you, how much have you used the tow vehicle this trip, and would you bring a tow vehicle next time?
Well, we just mentioned it that we have used it 3 times in the entire trip. We have been already traveling a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
3 times, and all the 3 times, well, I would say except for today. But what we did today was not necessary. But the other 2 times that we used it, we could have bicycle easily. It was smaller towns, we could have bicycle.
Yep.
So we have really not used it that much. Now, once we go right now into Anchorage, that's a bigger city, we might use it more there.
Yeah, we don't know. It's really hard to say. We have used it a very, very small percentage. Like I said, we filled it up with fuel in the United
Mhm.
States, and we still have 3/4 of a tank left.
See, we used our car a lot when we boondocked outside of Denali.
Right.
Because it was like 10 miles out.
Right.
So we weren't going to bike over there all the time.
So that might be yeah. Once we have not gone through there yet, so might be a way for us to use our car. So I couldn't tell you, but you can also, if you feel you need it just in an area, you can always go and rent a car for 3-5 days that you're gonna use it and return it, and you don't have to carry with it.
With that being said, here's what I would do if you went to Tuktoyaktuk. I would leave your car in Dawson City, and just take your coach if you can do that. If you go to McCarthy, you can probably leave your car in
There's
Chitna.
no driving.
There's
no driving.
There's no driving your car once you get out there because you're not allowed to drive it in the national park. You have to walk across the footbridge and take shuttles. So once you're camped, you walk and or bike everywhere.
So leave it on Chitna and just take your coach to see.
Yeah. And taking the car up to, we'll maybe get into it in another video, but basically our dolly and car was absolutely just trashed by the time we got back off the Dempster Highway. I spent probably $20 or $30 when we got into Dawson City to just blow all of the dirt and mud and stuff off, and then I just spent another $20 yesterday. I took it into a place, and the front of the car was the alignment. It felt like the tires weren't balanced right. It was because of all the mud that was packed inside the tires. So I went and spent an hour and a half just cleaning all of it out of the rims and tires and everywhere.
So here's the thing, there is consequences to the craziness we do, but we could have just left the car. If you have known better, right? It's like we could have left the car out somewhere and just drove the RV, and that would have not happened.
But my reasoning behind taking it was everyone told us there was going to be breakdowns and issues out there, and so I thought, well, I don't want to get stuck in the 500 miles in the middle of nowhere without an escape vehicle. Mm-hmm. It just never happened. If you drive 40 miles an hour.
I really thought it was extreme remote, but there's actually a lot of traffic
going
up and down, so somebody will help you
out. You can get a lot of help. And I will say that everybody we've met up here has been super, super helpful. Mm-hmm. Another quick story sidebar is when we were in McCarthy and I broke the cross member on the dolly. We asked around, and it's hilarious how it works here. It's like you talk to Bill, who calls Bob, who calls Jeff, who calls Steve, who calls Sid, who calls Sam, and eventually you find out this family of welders and bridge builders live just down the road, and they can weld it up for you. And you call him on a Saturday afternoon, and he says, yeah, man, bring it on over. And you go over to a shop, and there's all kinds of crazy equipment there, and they weld it up for you, and they're super nice and introduce you to their family and to their kids. So we've really experienced a lot of that up here as well, where people just are willing to help you and get you squared away.
And remember, small town, you think, oh, you're not going to find stuff, but actually small town, they're so used to doing their own things. It's like that you will find someone that will help you with everything. I mean, we found a welder in a tiny town, so.
Yeah, absolutely. What do we got, Kev?
He's already laughing by himself. Share the joke.
No, it's just random comments that are going back and forth that wouldn't make any sense if I just said them here.
They're entertaining themselves? I like it.
They're entertaining me. I'm going back and forth with them. Let's see. So, mosquitoes worse, Florida or Alaska?
Here's my thing. Florida. Why? Because not only mosquitoes, you have no-see-ums there.
You have no-see-ums up here too, but we haven't experienced them. We haven't experienced them.
We have not found them at all. Like they told us there is no-see-ums up there. We have not found them. Have you found no-see-ums? No. Now,
well, we can't see them.
You can't see them.
So yeah. Felt them?
Oh, felt them.
It's like, no. So, for me, it has been worse in Florida. Here, they're like humongous. I mean,
for
they're
me,
so
the
big.
Mosquitoes up here. Now.
But they're so big, you can kill them quick.
But not in Alaska as much as up in Inuvik and.
Because we were in prime season when it was warm and all that. That is when they hatched. So I think we were right in the mosquito prime season over there. I understand Alaska, like where we are right now, lower Alaska is that way too in June. Right now, by the time we arrived here, it was already July. So I don't think we got hit as hard with mosquitoes as other people. But because they're humongous, if they get into your RV, you can kill them just so quick. Even Aussie goes around and play with them until he kills them.
And you will see that in the next video that we'll release in the next 2 to 5 days. I said I didn't promise anything.
Keep promising.
that you'll see that there's people wearing mosquito nets on their heads and everything else, and we
And
thought they were wacko
at
because
the
they look like
beginning-
beekeepers.
At the beginning, we were kind of laughing about the look, like, oh my god, it looks so funny, ha ha ha. And then after a few days, we were like, oh my god, they're the smart ones.
Yeah, where do we buy that stuff? Where can we get one of those?
Such noobs.
Yeah, the mosquitoes were brutal up on the north side of the Dempster. It was brutal, and you will also see that in I won't tell them about. We played golf up there, so that's all I'm gonna tell you.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
What else
Next
you got?
question.
Kevin's over there entertaining himself.
Well, I'm answering some of the questions as we go, but
Okay.
we can just answer them out loud. So on the visit to McCarthy, did we go up to the top to see the edge of Alaska? Because supposedly at the top of McCarthy, you can see, I guess, out to the ocean.
No.
We did not.
Yeah.
We hiked the
No.
glacier.
We hiked the glacier. The glacier was amazing.
Amazing.
Insanely good.
It's so cool and so cold.
That's one of those moments that I really felt so fortunate about being full-time RVer, because I saw that on a video of the Wynns like years ago, like years and years ago, and to know that I was there with my, I mean, it's like right there in the moment in that glacier, living in myself. It was one of those moments that for me, it was like mind-blowing.
And Kevin and I were gonna swim. We were gonna do a what they call blue pool dip, but we wussed out because how cold was that water?
It was feet cramping cold.
Literally, he put his feet in and they cramped.
Yeah, because something fell off my bag and went into the water, so I had to walk out. It was terrible.
It
It
was
was terrible.
when I saw the pain he was in. I'm like, nope, I am not that manly. I'm gonna wuss out, even though I believe the whole YOLO, you only live once. I didn't want to live once like that.
Somebody just said, "Oh my God, a 2-pepper episode."
Yeah, baby,
So they said, "Donate more funds."
going deep. Heck yeah, we got some more. We got 2 doctors this time.
So Enchanted Acres says you can boondock on their farm anytime you want to in Ontario.
Wow, thank you so
Ah,
much.
Thank you.
How long does it take us to get to Ontario? From here.
As the crow flies, probably like
Yeah.
6 hours in the airplane.
All
to
right,
do it.
but in the RV it might take us a little bit
Well,
longer.
we just strapped the RV to the airplane.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Cheryl and Richard. Hey, Kevin. Give us a shout out. Richard needs some love.
Cheryl and Richard, what's happening?
We actually
guys.
miss you guys. If you guys don't know, they're our adopted parents from Vegas. It's like
Is it Richard and Cheryl Hampton, right?
Yeah.
No, the other Richard.
Well, I don't know. There could be other Richard and Cheryls. I don't know.
It's like when we live in Vegas, they live in Vegas. We live in Vegas. We don't have any family there. They didn't have any family there, so we're their adopted kids. They're our adopted parents, and so we adopted each other's family. And they went into full-time RVing a few months ago, not too long ago, and they're loving it.
And just our absolute best friends there in Vegas as well. Just they're
Yes,
amazing people.
They're amazing people.
No longer in Vegas.
No longer in Vegas. No, they're
RV
on-
full time.
that's right. They are in the RV,
Vegas address, but that's about it.
and we're jealous. They saw orcas the
I
other day.
know.
They were out on Victoria Island and took a tour and saw orcas. We didn't get to see orcas. We did see a
A humpback.
humpback whale the other day in Valdez, which we'll talk about that in the future, because Valdez, what the hell? Why does no one talk about Valdez?
Amazing from
What is crazy?
all the towns in that we have in Alaska. I mean,
So far.
so far, Valdez has been our favorite.
Oh my
one.
goodness,
It
just
was
craziness.
Amazing drive, amazing town, amazing scenery.
The
It's
videos
just
that we're
amazing.
gonna have from there, insane,
insane.
insane.
Yes. Yes.
So
Rick and Amy said you're boring. They're going to sleep. See ya.
good night, guys.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
They keep saying, Lorena, why do you keep petting the couch? Doesn't look like there's anything there.
It's Ozzy.
It's Ozzy. Yeah, they can't see him in the corner.
He kind of like blends in, but that's his little face right there.
Here, watch. If I do this,
No.
Oh, boo. Have we been doing campfires since we've been in Alaska?
All the time.
Oh yeah.
all the time.
What?
When we can.
Kevin and I.
What's the saying of the guy at the little bell? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. We've been doing fires. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we built a fire.
We'll build
Yeah.
them great. The other day we actually took an axe. We hacked up some of our own wood off of dead trees. By the way, we don't hack down live trees. And Kevin and I built a fire out of some really nasty wet wood, but we got it rocking and rolling. And yeah, we did the last 2 nights we were in the previous spot we were just in. We did fires. We did fires in McCarthy, right on the river. It's been amazing. I love a campfire. I know you smell like crap after you're done, but it's just awesome.
Liard with it.
I mean, what are you burning to smell like crap?
I don't know.
I mean, I smell like burning wood.
Just the smoke of the
You
wood.
tell me.
I don't know why I hang out with this guy.
They asked if Ozzy can say hi to their cat Ginger.
Sure. Ozzy, you're going to have to wake your ass up.
Ozzy.
Hi, Ginger.
So asleep. He's like, oh.
Yeah. I just want to reiterate how awesome the drive to Valdez was.
The drive there was insanely cool.
I mean, you know, there's a lot about the Valdez oil spill, but
when you come off the Thompson Pass, is it Thompson Pass or Watson? Thompson Pass. Oh my goodness.
Here's the thing, Thompson Pass in itself is amazing with the mountains and the valleys, but then you go down and there's waterfalls right next to the highway.
It's amazing. I've got some great drone shots coming of that stuff. Awesome.
Somebody asked if you were doing the fires in your composting toilet. Like,
every now and then there's a fire in there.
Well, no, he said he smells like crap, so they were like, that was funny. Do all the sites in Alaska / US accept tents or just RVs? It just depends.
Yeah, it depends. You have to find out. Valdez, they had the RV sites and they had a big grassy. Actually, the nicer area was the tenting area, all grass. It was nice. But yeah, it just depends on the campground. Really, there's a lot of tenting sites here, everywhere. Like you said, the pullouts. Almost every pullout you can throw a tent up.
I would say 90% of Alaska is tentable.
Is tentable, yes.
Right? You just gotta stay out of like the glacier area.
Yeah.
A lot of the boondocking spots that even us, because our side who cannot get in, these tenters will get in, and a lot of them have their tents that now go on top of the vehicle, so they're very easy to set up. It's like you will see them everywhere.
Yeah, there was a ton of tenters up at the Arctic Ocean at what they called the Point in Tuktoyaktuk. Tons of
We have
tenters
seen
up
them
there.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So
everywhere.
yes, tons of them.
Have we been hassled boondocking up here in Alaska?
Nope.
Nope.
Nowhere.
I would say, like, you know, if you look at some of the videos from like 2015 when people were up here, some of the cities were more lenient with people boondocking in parking lots and stuff.
Right.
And they have cracked down on that.
Right.
But I would say for the most part, on the side of the road,
Well, yeah, because
in
I
places
saw...
that are marked where you can boondock,
Right.
we haven't had zero.
Yeah, we never park if it says no camping overnight.
So in videos like Kevin says long time ago that you can go on and camp in Cabela's or at Walmart's and stuff like that, and at least in Anchorage now it's a no. So we have some viewers now, friends, Tom and Faye, that they actually told us that there is big sign that says no, but everybody's still staying there. So we have not been right now in Anchorage to really know that.
But Sweet Tea said that they were kicking everybody out of the one in Whitehorse. Whitehorse was ridiculous. Again, folks, RVers are our own worst enemies. You cannot go to Walmart and camp. It's not a camping place. It's an overnight stay, and people go there. They were chairs outside and mats down, parked everywhere. It was a mess. They should kick us out because it's not good for the rest of their customers. So, you know, we do that as RVers. You got to stay out of the way. I can complain about that all day. That just irritates me.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare there.
Yeah, that's one of Paul's biggest rants, that one there. So let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Wings and Wheels Alaska is in Anchorage. Lots to hang out.
Woo-wee.
So,
yeah, we're very close then.
Yeah, I guess I would just say, how should they reach out in order to
reach out on Facebook? Shoot us a message on Facebook.
Facebook private message.
Yeah.
Probably this
is the best way.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, are we going to Whittier to see the train tunnel?
Probably.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a 2 mile long.
Yeah, somebody told us it's just like literally the tunnel and then I turn around and come back. But we still have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a campground at the end too.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
I thought somebody said there was.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to find out. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out.
But it's a 2 mile long tunnel. I got to drive through that. I wish I was on my Harley. That'd be.
Paul, did you cry in the last video?
Yeah. At the Arctic Circle, I was tearing up because it was just an amazing experience for me.
They said Paul needs a hug.
I'm a wussy. I'm an emotional wreck when it comes to that stuff. That stuff is cool because
He didn't have me there to man him up.
yeah.
For the shoot.
Again, there's certain things that I saw as a kid because I was in Canada, like the Arctic Circle and Tuktoyaktuk, those places that, I thought I would never experience, and getting to experience it was really, really special. The Arctic Circle was amazing. Although there wasn't a line on the ground where the circle was, so that was kind
See,
of a
for
bummer.
me, Arctic Circle really wasn't that crazy for me for some reason. I don't know why, but for me it was the Arctic Ocean. It was like, oh my god, I'm at the Arctic Ocean. It was like
She didn't even want to go.
at the beginning, but then
Well, then you got excited, but at first, when I first mentioned it, she was like, almost like the RV thing. We are not going to Tuktoyaktuk, was kind of what it was. And I'm like, it's only 500 miles.
see, that's what I'm talking about. He sold it as 500 miles. It was 1,000 miles. Just FYI. Oh,
Oh, I thought you were getting a Dr. Pepper.
Kevin is bringing a beer out, non-alcoholic beer.
Non-alcoholic beer.
He doesn't drink either.
I don't drink.
Cool. But yeah, anyways, I thought for me, the Arctic Circle was an amazing experience, and to stay there overnight was just freaking awesome.
Again, Laura, please stop dominating the conversation.
Just settle down.
I think she's going for 0 words in this one. No, she said some stuff.
No,
earlier,
she
so.
explained about the
Yeah,
food.
she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Got people from New Zealand watching. It's their favorite last Saturday.
Oh, we love New Zealand.
Oh,
Woo, woo.
that's a place.
We've got to get over there. That's on our
a
bucket
place-
list.
Yeah, totally bucket list, New Zealand.
Do you have a place for us to park our RV if we bring it over?
We promise to get the little one.
That's Glenn Lewis. So,
Glenn, hey Glenn from New Zealand. You guys rock.
is it hard to sleep with all the daylight?
It hasn't been
For
for
us, it has not been like that at all. I know that a lot of people, they have to like black out everything. For us, our own shades actually do that. I mean, they're not bad at all. And it has not been a problem for us to go to sleep. It has been a problem for me to wake up. Not right now anymore, but when it used to be like the extremely long days or almost 24 hours of daylight, I will look out and I will be, oh, it looks like 9 a.m., but probably it's 4 a.m. So I go back to sleep. And it was actually 9 a.m. So I will have a hard time waking up, and they will not have a hard time going to sleep. For
us, it's just been because we're already night owls. We have more of an excuse to stay up late, but I don't usually fall asleep. I more pass out. So I'm like, I just need to get this last thing edited, and that's me.
He's not joking. When he goes to sleep, it's because he's gonna go to sleep. It's like.
So like I was up this morning till
But even
3:30 a.m.
But even then, we will not go to sleep after midnight or 1.
No.
That's our usual. So it's not that bad anyway.
So having light out 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. When we were up in Tuktoyaktuk, there was no sunset for the next 13 days. That's craziness. It was daylight all day long for the next 13 days. They weren't going to see a sunset.
But I had to put some.
Oh, they should have a sunset now.
I had to put some schedules and some alarms in my phone, like to wake up was one of them. The other ones was to eat, because I will you cannot measure by light. It's like, it's lunchtime or it's dinner time. It's like, it's always light. So I have to measure those times, and also his food too, like to feed him. But besides that, it has not been hard, or it was not hard for me at all.
And I think it's like there's daylight, but then for the rest of the time that it's light, it's dusk. It's like this weird, it's like just barely, it looks like it's just barely morning or just barely night most of the time. It's a little weird. But our RV, the back part anyways, when you close stuff down, it darkens pretty good. You guys have been darkening
you
the
guys
RV.
put actually like.
We had to put in
right?
some reflectix in the bedroom
Mm-hmm.
because it was way too bright.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that happens for the most part. It's like the rest of the RV, it's not that dark.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it just barely gets dark here now.
Right.
It's but for a while there, it was not even getting dark.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
It's crazy.
It is weird.
Now
definitely
for
different.
for pets, I think it's different because Aussie was totally
His
out of
schedule
whack.
is out of whack, yeah.
Like for him, it was daylight all the time, so he wanted to be awake and doing something all the time, even in the middle of the night. So that was rough for him.
That's why he's passed out right now.
This will be up all night.
Do you guys have, and for the ladies, do you have any go-to meals that you make on the road?
I'm very boring when it comes to food. Like, I always do the same stuff over and over again. Like, we love stir fries.
Yeah, I love stir fry.
It's just based of rice and a bunch of just veggies with some teriyaki sauce or soy sauce or something like that. And sometimes I put tofu or I put gardein. That's one of my go-to.
And I could eat burgers like every day.
He could eat burgers every day.
Every day. Just make me a burger with some cheese on it and good.
Yeah. What about you, Laura?
I guess I do have. Shut up.
Soup.
I'm gonna make you soup every day.
I know. I just messed up. Sorry.
He's always complaining.
Yes.
Yeah, about food.
I'm not a soup person. Sorry.
They're delicious.
Like burrito type things. So I'll make some tofu and some beans and some rice, and we can either eat it as a burrito or make it into a bowl and throw some other veggies on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the standards.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I think if you really want to become a gourmet chef in an RV, it's hard because you will have to have so many things at hand at all times, and you have so much limited space. You can only just pick and choose which one are you gonna be your go-to kind of like meals. Otherwise, like I told Paul, if you want a pizza, we're not making one at home. We're going out to have a pizza because it's something that I'm not willing to have the ingredients or cook in here in the RV.
And sometimes you get into a certain spot where you know the ingredients are available. You just go out and buy them at that point and then make that meal, and okay, that's done. So that's one way to do it. But I don't think that there's anything that's like a go-to that like we get bored. We do pasta. We do stir fry.
He hates it. I love it. My zucchini pasta.
I don't hate it. I prefer regular pasta to zucchini noodles.
But the amount of calories on one versus the other one is just like a lot of carbs. And
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, he doesn't worry about it. Usually men don't worry about that stuff. Us women are the ones that are always like, we have to be more disciplined about it. But yeah, I mean, not go to really.
No. Like I said, if she cooked burgers every night, I'd be fine with that. Like, she's lucky in that respect that, like, I am not a foodie.
I'm a totally lucky one because he's not a foodie. He could eat the same thing every night and he doesn't care as long as he's fed. That's it. So it's like, but I'm the one that needs more variety. But
I have no taste buds. I don't know whether it's good or bad or just, I think it's all good, but I don't know the difference.
Now, in the other hand, it's like, these two are foodies. So yeah, they usually change it a little bit once in a while.
I have no creative control over the process. I would just like to say that I push for eating out. Even though her food is amazing, I still like to just, I'm like, oh, let's go out and eat this. Let's go try this. I mean, it's vegan French toast. I've had it 100 times, but I'm still psyched to go eat it out because that means that we don't have to clean.
Right.
Like nothing.
Right.
I like treating her like a queen.
Aww.
100.
I would say Paul is on your side on that because he'd rather eat out just because to go to places. He's a social person, so he loves to be out and seeing people and seeing
social
places.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So, Laura, did you say your part? Sorry. I've been like heads down.
No.
Well, read the comments instead.
And you guys know that, well, Kevin will answer some of the comments as well. If he knows the answers to them, he's going to answer
a lot
some
of
the...
I'm just answering as I go.
Yeah, answering some of the stuff that's the same over and over and over again.
We have a 2006 Fleetwood Flare, 34 foot with 2 slides. The model is 33R.
Yes.
There you go. Because that's always a question that comes up in life, so might as well address it.
It is a gas coach. Even traveling in Alaska, I still have felt not a single need for a diesel coach.
Even though you've been looking at them.
What's that? No, I found a really cool coach that's gas that I thought was diesel only. Now I found it in gas, so you never know when we get back.
So real quick, Jennifer Detrick.
Yes.
Have you guys gone to the tundra? You all are amazing. My dad passed in January. You have inspired my mother and I to travel We don't have an RV, but we head west in August. Thank you. It's so cool. God bless.
Aww.
Thank you so much. I sorry to hear about your loss, but yes, get out and travel. I think that's something they probably want you to do.
Yeah.
Experience
Go
life to the
and
fullest.
Live life to the fullest as you wish, and do it. Just do it.
And we did do the tundra. It wasn't in the last video. Ooh, then it'll be in the next one. We show you guys. We do a little stop and we go out to the tundra and
Well, no, you can
check out the
say it.
permafrost.
You can say it's not like all our viewers are here. So preview, basically we went out to the tundra and they told us go and feel the permafrost. So permafrost is basically frozen water in the soil. It's like, and it stays frozen year
Or
round.
ice.
Ice, yeah. It's like it stays like frozen year round basically.
Yes, that is permafrost.
And we went with, they told us, they allow us, it's not like we did just because, they allow us to go with a little shovel and just kind of like, it's not that deep, it's like that deep. And you can feel the actual permafrost, you can feel the ice down on the tundra. So that was, for us, it was super cool. And the very top of the actual tundra, that what gets...
It's very spongy.
It's very spongy. You walk on it, it's like, you know when you go... Well, I don't know if you have kids or grandkids or something, when you go to the playground and you feel like that spongy area in the playground, it feels like
That's
that.
what permafrost feels like, yeah.
So it was.
Or no,
very
that's
cool.
what the tundra feels like on top of the permafrost.
Yes.
So, yes, we did experience the tundra and the permafrost. It was amazing.
Cool. Jeffrey Henriksen, $10.
Yay, thank you.
Actually, no, it went up.
Thank you so much.
$19.99.
Holy
What the
cow.
heck?
Great. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys are incredible.
Oh, see, I'm gonna wake you up. Thank
Hello
you.
from Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, what's
We
happening?
love Nova Scotia.
Love
Nova Scotia was fun. We loved
Yeah.
it. Cape Breton, Nova
We
Scotia.
missed
We
Fairfax.
missed some of Halifax.
Halifax. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get down
missed
and we
Halifax,
got to get over there
so-
again and spend some more time. We blew through there pretty quick because we were on our way to Ontario.
Okay, so Sheila Hagedon.
Sheila, what's
Sheila.
happening? Sheila and Charlie.
Oh, I drank that.
They're about to start full timing. Watch out, Paul and Kevin.
Woohoo!
Any most informative places, books, things to get ready in RV?
I would think if there's a channel on YouTube,
The Motorhome
the
Experiment.
Motorhome Experiment.
Early
yeah,
videos.
the RV Geeks.
RV Geeks is
Well,
great.
Yeah.
for repairing
Yeah.
stuff, they're
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, RV
RV
Geeks
Geeks,
for
amazing.
tech stuff and some repairing stuff. Yes,
For
RV Geeks. but-
planning and countdown, I would definitely say the early Motorhome Experiment videos with the calendar.
because it just
Those
has
are
nothing
great.
to do with the actual countdown. But
For technology, also Technomadia.
Technomadia. I mean, for us, we
Uh,
learned so much from YouTube. Like, it's crazy. It is like the new Encyclopedia Britannica because you can just type in whatever it is you're thinking. Like, hey, Paul's having a seizure. Lori needs to do, whatever, CPR. She can do that. Hopefully, we have internet.
That hopefully doesn't happen in Alaska.
And hopefully that doesn't happen in Alaska, yeah, because I'll be in trouble. But just go to YouTube and type in whatever it is you want to know, like RV electrical system, and it'll come up. If you type in RV solar, nothing will come up on our channel because we don't have it yet. But
I would say
there's
if
so
you're
many
really
places.
really beginning, you have a question about something specific, just go and Google it, and it will come in a blog on different ways. But yeah, RV Geeks and Technomadia for like how to stuff on RV specifically, they're very good about it. And
Kevin and I talked about, and actually all of us talked about doing classes when we were in Quartzsite.
Yeah.
So we would do some classes.
So this is good just to stop you. Sheila goes, I meant what's the most informative books on Alaska?
Alaska milepost.
Alaska milepost.
Alaska milepost, you gotta have it.
100%.
It literally tells you mile per mile what can you expect there. It's like there is a turnout here, there is fuel here, there is food here, you can fish here. It's like, I mean, there is so many descriptive
This
stuff.
is where you will see bison.
Yeah,
Yes.
or moose, or watch for bears.
But also don't take it word for word.
Right.
Because if it says there's a 90% chance of seeing something, it's probably a 90% chance that you won't see something.
Yeah.
Well, we already realized that moose, they're not on the little marshes or lakes. They're more like in the cities. So
Or people's houses.
seems to be their natural habitat.
the ranger station. We've seen them where there's more population than not population, which is
Yes.
weird. The bison we've seen out in the middle of nowhere, but the milepost, absolutely. Like everyone talks about that, and if you go to the Amazon, you get the milepost from the motorhome experiment.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
Or the
but
RV and RV
if
too.
you're gonna buy anything on Amazon, if you do through our link, even if it's not our products, but just through our link, and you're gonna buy something for your house, something for your car, whatever, we get like a very small percentage. Like, but it's like if you would like to support it, you can support us that way.
Yeah, it's on money that you're already spending anyway, so
Yep,
that's cool.
definitely helps. And there's no change in price. So.
Yeah.
Not changing.
Yeah, that's
prices
one thing
that
everybody
way.
goes, well, if I do this, does it cost me more? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
So just
So Sharma Miles, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, and Don have both noticed their Paulisms as saying fixin' to and things like that around the house and on their videos. So I thought that was funny. They're like, yeah, we noticed that this week too.
like the oh yeah that we started. Kevin's like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
And I'm
People
sorry.
are still asking, what do we do for work while we're on the road?
We have
Different
the
things.
YouTube channel that we're gonna starve to death, but you guys are helping out tremendously. We have a detailing company, an automotive detailing company in Las Vegas, and we take care of the Rolls Royce and limousine fleet at the
For
Wynn Hotel,
two
Wynn
hotels.
and Encore Hotel, and we've been there 10 years now, and we have an amazing staff that follows us on our channel, as a matter of fact, and they're just awesome. They've allowed us to come out and do this. I think it was just a way for them to get rid of me, so they didn't have to see me as much. They were like, no, we've got it. Just go and
No,
do
but
something.
we have pretty good, solid stuff. I mean, there's the two that always fail. There's always those two in any company. But I mean, for the most part, we have a pretty like solid core group in the
Our
business,
detail
and
manager Anna is awesome. She
it's
is
like,
just awesome.
well, not only Anna, and Miguel, and Cliff, and Linda. I mean, it's like all of them are so amazing, and they allow us, for the most part, to do what we do right now. It's like, he also does like YouTube on the side.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. You guys should check out the channel, Motorhome Experiment. Make sure you subscribe.
Make sure you're subscribed, by the way.
Lorena is a stock trader.
I'm a stock
So-
trader, but I really slowed down a bunch since we started traveling because of the internet issue that we have, and because we have a lot of friends that because they have to have internet to work, it's like they usually stay in certain areas, and because we have not been willing to do stuff, it's like I really have to slow down on my trading because we're traveling and we don't know where we're gonna be and if there's gonna be internet for that. So because that has happened, I slow down now. Paul says, oh yeah, now once we get to the lower 48, we're gonna slow down so you can start training a lot again and all that. So let's see if that happens. Because every time that we actually try to slow down, it's like it never happens. So
Yeah.
I would say do training not as much as I used to.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So if you guys have any ideas, the Kevin and I are traveling male stripper show.
Somebody
It really
actually just said we
hasn't
should
worked
take up
out.
pole dancing.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out for Kevin and I. Really.
Yeah, we will start to that if it was
Yeah.
because of that.
So,
I mean, yeah. I was going to say something terrible.
yeah. Kevin
Yeah,
is a
don't say
computer
anything.
guy.
Yeah.
Laura and Kevin are both computer folks.
Laura has a social media business, and I still work for a company back in Atlanta.
So if you have a small business and you're not sure about how to deal with social media, Miss Laura can help you. She actually runs social media for a lot of companies. And Kevin, I don't know what he does. I think he does shady stuff. That's it.
Oh, no. Do you want me to say what I did? I thought I just said that.
No.
You said you're a
It's
computer
like
guy.
next question.
Oh, okay. I was like, well. Don Klein. Okay, not sure how to ask. I'm 50 plus. Father used to RV, but insisted silly to full time. Opinions.
Who says it's
This
silly?
is
Yeah,
their
Don
father.
and
Klein.
Don and Klein. Don, who cares?
Yeah, literally.
Who cares what anybody else thinks?
Yeah. My
Like,
parents
seriously.
thought that I was stupid doing it, and now they call me up and they're like, "Oh my God, we saw your photos; they're amazing. We totally need to go out there." And I'm like, "Do it."
My mom used to do the same thing. She's like, oh my God, you're going to sell your house and your stuff? Because in my culture, it's like once you get a house, pretty much you're gonna die in it. It's like once you get it, it's like that's it. And when I saw my house, my mom is like, for her was like the end of the world. Like I was just giving up my entire life, and Paul was making me do it. That's how she saw it.
Yeah.
Not that she has been traveling with us in RV, sees our pictures and the videos and all that. Like she says, that's the way to go. I wish I would have done that when I was younger.
Yeah. We had so many of our friends think that we were out of our minds.
Crazy.
Like Cousin Eddie, right? Everyone sees the vacation, the Vegas vacation show, and or what is the just vacation, Lampoon's National Lampoon's Vacation, and sees Cousin Eddie. Like that's what everybody sees, and those people are out there. There's no doubt about it. But now our friends see the places we've been and are going, and they're just like, holy smokes, we really had it all wrong.
Some of them I will be totally outwardly saying it's like it's amazing what you're doing. I wish I would be doing it. And the Hamptons are one of the ones at the beginning. They were like,
they were a little hesitant.
They're like, we support you. We don't understand what you're doing, but we support you. They were cool like that. And once they saw your trauma and all that, they're like, we want to do it too. And they got their RV. There's other friends like right now they said I could never do what you do, but you know in the inside they wish they would be traveling too.
And
so you have a little bit of mix of feelings, opinions, and everything from friends and family. Both of that.
And for me, doesn't even have to be RV related. It can be anything that you're gonna do with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares what anybody thinks? Like who cares? If it's something that you want to do, whether it's RVing or playing the harmonica or learning how to dance or whatever it is you want to do, and other people think you're crazy, if it makes you happy and if it's something you want to do, can I say it? Fuck them all. Sorry, but it's the truth. Like if it makes you happy, you have to do what makes you happy.
And going back to somebody that their parent just passed away, it's like that's how I decided to go full timing. My dad actually passed away, and there's when I saw life is short. It's like I need to live it the way I want it, and not based on what people will say or the status quo. So it's like it was more about what I wanted, and there's when I decided to go full timing. So it's like don't care what people say. And my dad, the one thing that he told me is live your life to the fullest, because he did it and he wanted us his daughters to do it. So who cares what other people say? Just live life to the fullest, to do whatever it is that you want, basically.
Yeah, do what you want, not what somebody else wants.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, whose life are you living at that point?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It's craziness.
And by the way, Don, don't tell your dad we said that.
It was Don. It was Don and Kevin from.
Yes, Don
Phoenix.
and Kevin from Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell them we said that.
All right, so
We'll deny it.
Chris Bellafudo
Chris, what's up, brother?
said, when you started your channel, did you ever think you'd inspire so many people?
No, not at all. I think that was one of the reasons that Paul started it. It was trying to inspire somebody, because we have the Wynns inspire us. So we were like, if we can inspire that one person, I mean, that's all of it, right? And if we can provide as much information as we can, that will be amazing. But we never thought it would go this way, that so many people will watch us and we will inspire other people. So that has been pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's fulfilling. I mean, just
It is.
emotionally
It
fulfilling.
is. And every time I think, I'm not doing this shit anymore. This is ridiculous. Somebody will say something like that, and then it's like back to Anthony. It is amazing. It is amazing. With these guys, like we've been talking about them doing more on the vegan side, and the same thing when one person says, I want to at least try that. It just makes everything worthwhile, right?
Yeah. You just go, all the hard times and all the BS comments that you get was worth that one person just going out and trying a veggie burger. I don't even care. Something easy.
Mhm.
Right.
Exactly.
Like it's that's it.
Right.
That's what we're here for. Real quick, $20 from Douglas Call.
Oh,
What?
100% agree. Just do it. Keep up the lust for adventure.
Douglas, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I don't know what to say about that.
Paul needs Kevin's whistle. Well,
Yeah.
he gets it.
Woo woo.
Everybody is 100% agreeing, high-fiving. They're like, yes, just go out. It's never too late.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
today we went like picking up vegetables.
Oh, I can't believe you're gonna show this
No,
phallic thing.
here in Alaska, getting closer. Let me see. Here in Alaska,
They grow them big.
because there's so much daylight, everything grows very large. I mean, just
You need to hold that right. No, I can't see it. You need to stand up. No. Lorraine, stand up.
not right there.
Lorraine, stand up.
They can see. I know what you're
No,
trying to
they
do.
can't see it.
I know what they're trying
Everybody is saying, look at the comments.
to do. There it is.
No, hold it down a little bit.
I'm not doing it. Kevin.
You brought out the giant zucchini. What
No,
did you expect?
I'm just saying, like, how vegetables, how big they grow
Oh,
here.
don't even start.
Whoa! You did it. I was just going to back out of the camera. Somebody said 6 inches.
Oh my god.
Oh, best live ever.
Oh my god. No.
Somebody said ouch.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
But anyway, the vegetables
Okay,
here.
children.
Vegetables here are humongous. The carrots. Oh my god, the carrots are huge too. It's like everything is big here.
Can we talk about broccoli or onions? Let's not talk about zucchinis and carrots and.
Hey, well, Roger, the camera adds 6 inches.
Well, I have not seen large broccoli. Have you? Like broccoli and other stuff? That has been normal.
We watched a documentary on Alaska the other day, and a guy grew a 1,400-pound pumpkin. That's right, 1400, 1,400-pound pumpkin up here. Yeah, out in Fairbanks.
Yeah.
Craziness.
They say a lot of the records, world records, come from the Palmer, Anchorage, Fairbanks area because of the glacial water and the amount of sunlight that they get up here.
Right.
So
And
it's crazy.
that's why I wanted to show you, because only in this area you will see that kind of stuff. I mean, you will not see that in the lower 48.
I mean, so like just for us, when Laura and I were at Chenna Hot Springs, we're chilling in the hot springs, and they have the workers are out there like planting flowers and all kinds of stuff, seeds.
Oh.
And our friend Sweet Tea Travel were like watching their video the other day, and those
They're
things
all
are
grown
like
up.
5-6 feet off the ground.
Right.
And you're talking a
Wow.
matter of weeks.
Yeah.
That's just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a fact somewhere that said that with the 24 hours of daylight up here, some of those days have more solar energy up here than a
At the
full
equator.
12-hour day at the equator. So
Somebody said, how big are the melons? I was just saying.
the melons, like they were.
Stop it. Stop it, Pablito.
My face hurts from laughing. Where's the measuring tape? Paul, do your friends from Vegas have a channel?
Friends from Vegas.
Oh,
Richard and
Cheryl,
Cheryl.
Yeah, Richard and Cheryl.
No, they don't. They're on
Oh, no.
Facebook, and Cheryl is pretty good at posting
She's
on
good at
Facebook.
posting. She will do very short clips and videos and a lot of pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Cheryl Hampton. is
So
like how
look
we
up
find
Richard
her.
and Cheryl. Richard,
just-
or just look up
Not
Cheryl.
Hampton.
CHERYL Cheryl, and then Hampton HAMPTON.
We're
And-
like, who are all these
Yeah.
people?
And you can see some of their stuff. Cheryl's actually great at posting their travels, and as you guys know, Richard is a Kenny Rogers impersonator. I don't think he's doing any shows recently, but
Because they're traveling.
because they're traveling. But I know at one point she was going to whore them out so that they could continue to travel. So
I think she's not paying that much attention to the managing side when you're traveling and
Yeah,
enjoying
it's
yourself.
tough.
At
It
home,
is tough.
So it's hard.
At Doug D, he just said 44S. I thought that's funny. Chris says, now there's something you wouldn't see on KYD or LJMJ.
hey, easy. We be nice. We love those guys too.
They are
Yeah.
family friendly.
They are.
Yeah,
channels.
they are family friendly
this
channels.
one-
Us not so much.
We're like nobody's friendly channel. Like, we just say whatever.
We're equal opportunity offenders, and yeah.
Equal opportunity offenders. Anchorage hike suggestion. Flat top. Short but difficult hike. There's a flag at the top. The views are beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
We love
Somebody write that down. No.
Yeah.
Flat top in Anchorage.
it. Flat top in Anchorage.
All right. Cool. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Laura's
If you
writing
guys
it
have
down.
any other suggestions for that, or the Kenai, we appreciate it. We've got a lot of stuff in Kenai, but yeah, anything else would be awesome.
Let's see. What's your actual webpage address? It's themotorhomeexperiment.com.
Yeah, themotorhomeexperiment.com.
For people who are asking me for links, you cannot send links inside a chat. So like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you'll just have to Google all this stuff.
That thing hasn't been changed in 2 years.
That's one of the things that we have been talking about lately is like updating the website. And Paul and I were very, very bad writers. I mean, we don't really sit down and write. Like every time we have to write something, like literally our mind's going blank. So we're not good at it. So we have been thinking about having else helping us just write the blog based on the video. So it still uses our content. But at least we're putting some content out there that you can have handy if you're going full timing or something like that, that you can have it handy there.
And having links to some of the stuff that we use and things like that people always have questions about.
Exactly. Like in the tour, I have like a lot of questions for some stuff, and it's just hard to address each question to everybody. So it's like if we can like have it online on a web page, that will be so much easier.
Right.
But so far right now, yeah, it's pretty empty right now.
And we are going to do an update to that video as well, because it brought on a lot of other questions, because we kind of did a vague, like, here's the motorhome, but we have questions about the Berkey. How do we mount that? How did we mount the shoes? How did we do the shoe thing in the back? So we need to do a video on that.
A sequel or a Q&A based on the tour that we did. And also somebody complained about, like, we showed the house and the cutesy girl stuff, the household stuff, but
where's the man?
Where's the mainly basement and the electronics and all that stuff?
Who cares? It's full of stuff.
You should show it,
The
though.
70%.
Yeah, you should show it.
Yeah, the 70% of men that watch want to know where my stuff is. I have a toolbox. I have some solar stuff. But yeah, we'll do that. We will do that. But
so a raft of wandering otters, $2. When do we get to see more Paul/Kevin Blue Lagoon action?
Oh my goodness. You better bump up those donations.
Calendar coming.
Yeah, calendar coming.
Oh my God.
Guys, we love having fun, and we know that sometimes we're gonna annoy some people, we're gonna piss off some others, but we love having fun, and everything is meant to just be fun. So lighten up. But we appreciate you guys that love having fun with us, so that's awesome.
It's funny because most of you actually, I think you like to have fun and you laugh about the jokes and all that stuff. And these two will have their pictures, sometimes weird pictures. And it's like, and there is a...
In fact, 90, if you check Instagram today.
Yeah, if you check Instagram today, Laura posted a picture that is funny as heck. But it's like 95% of you will laugh and comment something funny. There's that 5% like, oh, you queers or you whatever. And it's like, you know what? It's like, if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. It's like, we're not making you watch us. So,
yeah.
Just my 2 cents.
Somebody says that I hear a comedy show in the works. I said, well, there's possibly a podcast.
Yes. Kevin and I have been talking about a podcast, but
an R-rated
podcast, so it wouldn't be for most people.
Yep.
So just so you know, if you do see that come out, I would highly recommend not watching it if you're easily offended.
Well, you can't watch a podcast. So.
Well, but we do video. I want it to be on video because we're so attractive.
You can do both.
Like more people will watch because we're attractive.
Totally.
I'm gonna throw up.
But if you're easily offended, do not watch it. It is going to be no holds barred, unfiltered, very little to do with RVing, really.
Yes.
There will be some of that, but it'll be about life in general.
And some even
our
subjects.
observations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be raw.
So Aid Collins?
Yeah, from the UK.
Yeah.
What's up, Aid?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That was good.
Hey, did you hear that?
It's because the UK is like amazes me that you still watching. It's like kudos.
Thinking about popping over to the UK at any point.
Yes, we do want to come to Europe, and I would love to do the UK.
That is a big topic between both of us because we want to do it. We just don't know when to do it. It's about like finding the right timing to do it. Also, there is a difficulties of trying to figure out if we want to rent. Rentals are extremely expensive, or actually trying to buy something. Can we buy something as foreign people, and how much that will cost? So there's so much stuff involved on that we have thought about it, but we have not really proceeded with any of this.
Right, and it goes right along the line with what are we doing after Alaska? We have no idea.
Why is your wine bottle wearing a Pope hat?
A Pope hat? It does look like a Pope hat.
What is that?
It is an
Aerator.
this is yeah, thank you. That's a hard word for me. Aerator, but basically you need to let the wine rest for a few minutes, or if you want to speed up the process, you put this in, and that will put air. or
What are you
oxygen
drinking?
into
I
the
don't think
wine.
we've discussed that.
This is actually a bottle that I cannot remember the name of the gentleman because we literally met him for 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
Oh, in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. So I'm so sorry, I cannot remember your name, but he gave me this bottle of wine. And let me put it on the screen
I think
for
it's
you
the
guys
back,
to see.
isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't that the back of the wine?
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks kind of the same almost. And it's hard to read actually on the screen.
There you
Pull it away from. Yeah. All right.
See, it's just so shiny. It's
Pretty
hard to-
bottle.
Pretty bottle, but that's what the little Pope had this basically.
I don't have that on my Dr. Pepper can.
Couple people are saying, well, Neil definitely, if he's got a cousin in the Midlands, so if you need an RV to rent, reach out to Neil. He'll see what you can do.
All right. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Send us the information on Facebook.
Let's see here. Oh, it's only 2:35 a.m. in the Midlands.
Oh, jeez.
I know, but that's my
Hey,
point.
you're the rock star, brother.
And that's why my little yelling, because he was like, I know it's late, early. Not sure.
Yeah, it depends. Late.
Late, early.
Yeah, it's late. I'm
Over
sure that, yeah, he just stayed awake.
Yeah, how long have you been going? An hour and 40 minutes, so 20 more minutes.
We're closing in. I cannot believe that went by that fast.
20
Holy smokes.
more minutes and we're going to wrap it up because, yeah. we haven't been here for a
So,
long time.
what was your YouTube channel a planned endeavor, and has it turned out as you hoped?
I have no idea why I started it. I think it was
I
just
think-
like to.
I think I remember why. And I think like back then you were watching a lot of our YouTubers, Casey and all that stuff.
I watch young people
And
be YouTubers.
these people were encouraging other people to start their own channels to showcase whatever it is that they wanted to see and all that. And Paul is like, oh, it would be a cool idea to show our transition. And if we can, like I said earlier, if we can inspire one person, that will be all we need and all that stuff. So he's the one that like took on the task of actually doing it. And I thought it was something that it was going to be last 3 months and his ADD will kick in and then he will forget about it. And this is what, 2 years later?
Yeah.
It's
And-
like, we're here.
I was working with some folks doing some internet marketing products online and things like that. And I started
Yeah,
doing some
true.
golf stuff. And because I'm a former golf pro, so I was trying to work with some golf courses and other golf professionals to do online golf training. And they're so old school, they didn't get it. They thought that, you know, you had to see people in person. And so I was kind of like trying to find something other than the detailing thing to do. And Lori left me alone for some time, and I started finding RV stuff.
Yeah.
And
But-
then,
It was not
Yeah.
something that we plan as day one because I know a lot of YouTubers do and all the fields. I mean, don't think in the RV, but all the fields about we're gonna start a YouTube channel that is gonna create this amount of income so we can pay for these expenses and stuff like that. For us, it was not like that at all.
no. But it's gotten better and better, and it has grown now. I would love to be able to do it full time because I am doing it full time already. But
Pretty much.
financially, it doesn't make sense to do it full time. So we've been talking about the whole Patreon thing and things like that, which I've been
He's
hesitant.
against it.
These
I'm
guys have been
for it,
He's
so
still push me.
we're
So
still kind of like on that.
we're still looking at doing that. And as I think more about it, and certain people like if you look at, you know, whether they're musicians or whether they're creators of other types, people support them so that they can continue to do their craft. I would love to be able to do this full time and put together a really good show where I don't have to focus as much on the Picasso detailing thing. And if we can take revenue where we don't have to take revenue away from our other business, and we can pay our staff that's actually there working more, that's kind of a cool incentive for me to be able to do that as well. Because if I don't need the income from that
Well,
business, I can
it's
help
not only
them more.
that. It's like you're putting 12, 14 hours of video plus the equipment, the cameras, lenses, and all GoPros
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That's all out of our pocket.
Like last year, the new camera that I bought and the lenses and all that basically wiped out all the revenue from last year that I made on
Yeah.
the channel.
So far we have done 0 on YouTube. if you
Yeah.
take it that way. Yeah.
So I first I didn't look at it as a business, but I really have to now because it's just so time consuming, and I got to figure out something. So we'll see, and we'll let you guys know. But you guys have all been so supportive. It's just incredible to me, and it's just amazing. So
Don't cry.
share it. Share the heck out of our channel, because if you share it with people and I can grow it that way, then I don't have to listen to these guys.
I mean, if you would just tell them to do that.
Yeah, I just did.
Away we go. 2.0.
Away we go. Oh.
Which is awesome. 2.0H exclamation
Yes.
mark. That's a good one.
Yes.
In their third week of full timing.
Yes.
Nice.
Because
Excited
of
at that.
y'all's inspiration.
Oh,
Still love the How We Met video from last year. More of that, please.
How we met?
They actually don't like each other that much. So.
No, we don't really. Lori was looking for someone who knew how to swing an axe. She was looking online for CanadianLumberjacks.com.
And you know how to swing an axe.
And I know how to swing an axe, baby. So that's how she found me, CanadianHusbands.com.
But we have not done that many of the Q&As we used to do. So I think we
Yeah.
should go back to
Q&A.
a little bit done
our way.
Yeah. We need to
Yes.
start doing them again.
Yeah, what happened to that? That was
I
my
don't know.
favorite.
We
See,
suck
they
at this.
even
We
axe
suck at-
my favorite parts of the videos.
Yeah.
Axe.
Axe me a question. Yeah, we suck at this whole YouTube thing. So, maybe if we got better at it, then we could grow the channel more.
LW. First 6 months of full timing and love it. It's a huge change. I'm having a hard time incorporating a new day-to-day routine.
Yes.
It feels a little disoriented. Did you go through the same thing?
We
Every
still,
day.
I would
Every
say
day
we
we go
still
through that.
the same thing. You have to really be diligent. Like if you're still in working time versus being totally fully retired. I mean, just to put some schedules on some days and stuff like that. We still have a hard time with that because we feel like we want to play all the time, and there's when he puts the 2 a.m., 3 a.m. working nights because he needs to compensate with playing. He has to work too.
Right.
So it has been hard for us.
I think that's everybody in life. People go, oh, I can't wait to the day I'm retired and I don't have a schedule. It's the worst thing that will ever happen to you.
Yeah.
Like to not be able to wake up with a purpose is a bad place to be in your life. So you need to still go, I'm going to set, not necessarily a set schedule, but something along that line where I'm going to do this during this part of the day and do this during this rest of the day. Something that lets you know that you have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because without some kind of purpose every single day, yeah, you'll flail and it'll feel really disorienting. So
Yes.
make sure that you do that, something. Like you guys, like these guys are pretty much that way, right? Where you kind of do still the weekends and that. How do you guys do that? Like
These guys are better than we are in that
Yeah,
respect.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, about having schedules.
Oh, schedules. Sorry.
Schedules.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're pretty much. I mean, we've been a little bit more lax up here because of the sunlight.
Right.
It's really taking its toll on us. Like it was really hard for us to get used to, only because we had so much light coming in. But we use an app called Todoist to make sure that we get things done. And I mean, my work kind of dictates my work day.
right.
So I
And
just
that's the
make sure
thing.
I'm
I
there for
think,
that.
well, Kevin, he still has an actual schedule Monday through Friday and that. So that makes a difference on the road. It's when you create your own schedule, like Laura creates her own schedule because she has her own business. And it's just a little bit harder to do that on the road. Because you feel like, at the beginning, it feels like you're on vacation. And you have to get out of that mindset and say, no, this is my lifestyle. I just changed my lifestyle. And I still work and I still have to do this task and these chores and all that stuff.
I think that's typical of small business people and entrepreneurs is people think, oh, it's total freedom to be my own business person. But that total freedom comes with some issues that is disorienting, that you need to have some kind of disciplined schedule.
Or, yeah.
And I hate to use the word schedule, but you need to, I don't know
You
how else
have
to put it.
You
Like,
have to. Because here's the thing, we have been also in total freedom of do whatever we want to do, and we feel disoriented.
that's when we started looking at the RV and stuff. 'Cause we were like, we need to do something.
We're like in La La Land. It's like we need to have some sort of schedule as well. And as much as it sounds to the ear bad, like having a schedule or monotonous life or something like that, you need a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. A little structure. There you go.
Structure.
Some structure, not so much a
you can
schedule,
have
some structure.
Yeah, you can have structure, but like you got to think like some places are be out by 10, some are be out by noon, and then some places don't have a time to be out, but you need to get to another place. It's like you're still going to juggle things, but having the overarching, like, I need to get these things done today, then you just focus on those when you have the time. So
for me, it was like I wanted to release a video on Tuesday and on Saturday, so I was like, we're never leaving on Monday and we're never leaving places on Friday. And how's that been working out? Yeah, it's just bullshit. It never happens that way. We're traveling on Mondays,
Laura,
Fridays.
you need to have this thing queued up.
What?
Homeboy's cussing so many times.
Oh, yeah.
I get edited out and he just lets them fly. Free.
I only said one F word. That's like a PG-13 movie.
By the way, 2 Patreon $10 first and second Patreon contributions. So
Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
Thank you, everybody.
You're just making them right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for making me
But
right.
here's one
And
thing
who
that I
was
will
that?
say: if you end up doing, like, your thought on the Patreon, if you ever do it, it's not that you're gonna stop whatever content people are getting today. These are like in addition bonus things that you want to do to help bring in additional money.
Right.
So people don't think that, like, hey, it's pay to play, and it's not. You're still gonna get the same.
I'm still gonna do all the same videos on the outside. I'll be able to spend some time doing some extra little stuff for those people that support us in that way. So
or extra special time, like with those people.
Yeah, absolutely. The last Saturday Live is not going away.
Oh, no.
It is not going away. This is too much fun.
We have so much
too
fun.
much
Talking
fun.
about fun. It's like we are 12 minutes away, 11 minutes away. Yeah. At some point we have to cut. It's like we cannot go forever.
It's still light out.
Not for everybody. Not for the person in UK.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Looking out
Sorry.
for you.
Let's see here. Swear words are good. They make a point. Hallelujah.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
See,
like I use it too much sometimes.
I don't cuss to cuss. I cuss when I'm, like, fired up about something.
See, that's totally BS.
That's bullshit.
Okay.
That's
That was good.
Kevin and I just swear to swear when we get around each other sometimes.
Let's see here. There's some people in India.
What?
Right
India?
now.
What?
That's in our
That's amazing.
bucket list, but police are afraid to go.
I'm a travel wussy. I really am. So that's why I don't understand when people are afraid to travel in the RV. But I'm afraid to travel to certain places outside of the U.S. This to me is a piece of cake.
This is your circle and your comfort zone. You need to get out of your comfort zone. So
I will say that. Here's what we'll say about the whole safety and traveling thing. The more you travel outside of your block, like a lot of people never leave their block. So they're afraid of what's out here on the outside of their block, right? But then they go outside to that block and they go, oh, wait, that wasn't so bad. So then they're going, now they've got this bigger, and Lori hit the nail on the head. Now your comfort zone is expanded. And so now you go, well, wait a minute. Well, what happens if I go into this next state? So then they go over to that next state, and now your comfort zone has gotten a little bit bigger. And you're starting to learn that what I thought about the people in that next state were not true. Like all these things that everyone told me was happening over here isn't true. So then now you go, well, if it's not true over here, how about I go over there? And you start to expand that travel space, and you get wider and wider in your comfort zone, and you're going to find out it is absolutely amazing what you can see.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And here's how narrow-minded sometimes we are, even me as a person. And I love international traveling and all that, but it's like I actually extra supply the RV with food and all that stuff, thinking we're going to come to Alaska and everything was going to be remote and all that stuff. And I was like, come on, people live here. So obviously there is stores. I was just overdoing it, thinking, oh my God, just putting a panorama in my head that it was not at all what it actually was. I mean, there's so many stores and so many places to shop and all that stuff.
You thought it would be foraging for food, like
no, but
eating plants?
Like we were gonna go very extreme long, like from spot to spot without actually stores or fuel stuff like that, and it's not the case. So going to that is like getting out of your comfort zone allows you to see that, I mean, there's more stuff out there, and I was wrong.
And there's so much misinformation, so much.
But yeah, anyway, India in our plans at some point.
Yeah, India. I want to do that color festival or whatever it is.
It's like a religious something, I think.
That's all right. I'm not a religious guy, but I'll experience that stuff because I think it's awesome.
Yeah. We definitely need to go to Thailand and do the water festival, where they throw the water balloons at everybody.
That sounds
Isn't
like
that
fun.
fun?
Let's do a water festival in
That
Anchorage
sounds
next
like-
week.
No,
That sounds-
basically, like even like the old ladies that walk down the street, they know they're just gonna get pegged because they're like easy targets as people are going down.
I
the
thought
road.
that was gonna be spring break. and
Songkran. Songkran.
Songkran?
Songkran. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, we can do that in Anchorage.
We can do it right now.
Yeah, let's go outside and get some water balloons. That ice cold friggin' glacier water. Yeah. No.
He's taking our faucet just for the people who cannot see.
They can see it. Got that 360 camera.
No, we cannot afford
And since
it.
you guys are live with us here, we'll fill you guys in. We did swim in the Arctic Ocean. That video's coming soon. That's awesome.
Okay, stop it. You have been drinking too much now. You're just disclosing everything and anything.
Hey,
Laura.
they're spending time with us.
Saldang, you're getting crazy.
Out of control.
Somebody says that they love my flute. What do you got to say to that?
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Hey, hubba hubba.
keep it PG-13, please.
Oh man, there was something.
If you want to hear Laura talking, go to their channel.
Yeah, Laura talks on their channel a lot.
When I can get a word in edgewise.
Well, that's true. That happens here as well.
I
Who
have
has
to
the-
literally sometimes just like poke him on the back, like, let me talk. So,
And then sometimes I have to choke you to get a word out of you.
Oh.
Nothing. Nothing.
you want to get into it right now? In front of
Nothing.
everybody?
Let's do it.
This is still PG.
This is still PG. How many
let's see
people do
who
we have on
Kevin
tonight?
Plays with his flute. How do you?
How many
Have
did we,
you using the camera?
How many people do we have on tonight?
I can't see in the new
Oh, okay.
thing.
Oh, okay.
How many people are online? Somebody tell me in the comments.
I can't see it.
I saw
4.
when we have the camera on the other
447.
Wow, nice.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
side.
Thank
After
you, guys.
2 hours.
There was over 500 at some point. People
And then
were
they
like-
all just went.
Well, a lot of people are on the East Coast and in UK and in India, so yeah, they have to go.
Well, in India, it's already tomorrow. It's already tomorrow morning.
Is it?
Probably.
I don't know.
Should be about
They woke up and went, what can I do today? And they went,
They're
oh.
like, why is my day starting off like this?
Yeah. Oh, why did I? Same thing with New Zealand. That's got to be tomorrow already.
I shouldn't have drank that much. Why am I still watching this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, any last minute questions about Alaska before we go?
Yeah. Shout out to the club.
Hey,
Hey.
Adventure Nation Friends Club. John, thank you so
John-
much.
John does a great work posting pictures from Vegan RV, from the Motorhome experiment, and it's like everybody, if you join that group, it's like you can talk to each other for advice, for comments, for a lot of people going just starting full timing or just buying the RV, they will put comments there. So
No, we scared them off with the zucchini. Sorry.
probably it was just too big.
Somebody, do I live here? I live there.
In the house next door, you
Yeah.
can see it
Yeah.
through the window.
Right over here. That's where they live. They live right there.
In fact, you can reach out and touch the camper.
Reach out and touch someone.
And that is the picture from this morning from Instagram.
Yeah. Just from the other side.
Hey, Oz.
What time is it here?
It is 5:55.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you had baked Alaska yet?
What is
we
that?
have baked in Alaska.
What's baked Alaska?
It's a dessert.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
no.
even know what it
I think it's
is.
the apples and
Cream.
It's
or
apple
something.
pie?
I don't know.
Is baked
Oh
Alaska.
my god! What is up with your ADD? Good lord! It's apples. Oh, is it apple pie? Well, no,
Well-
it's called baked Alaska.
Well, maybe it's a type of apple pie.
Okay, let's rephrase it. It's
Somebody
like
says-
an apple
Is it
pie.
like an apple?
It's a frozen ice cream dessert pie.
Huh.
We
No, we
haven't
have not
had it.
have it. Since we don't know what it is,
Well,
obviously we
But
haven't had
thank
it.
you to let us
Where do we go
know,
get it?
So we can go
Somebody
get it.
says, "Are we baked in Alaska?" Some of us are.
Now it's up to you to guess who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People are still. People are still saying quartzite. We need to make it happen.
I said I wasn't
Quartzsite.
going to go
Quartzsite
back to
2019.
Quartzsite next
Are you
year.
with us in Courtside?
Totally.
So maybe what we'll do is somewhere we'll set up an event on Facebook for Quartzsite, and if we get more than 50 people, we'll go. How about that?
We'll go what?
50.
If we get more than 50 people, we'll do a Facebook. We'll just do an event on Facebook. And if we get more than 50 people say they're going to be there, then we'll
But
go.
what if everybody says they're going to be there and they're not there?
Then I will hunt them down individually and choke them out.
Because you have their Facebook
Because
account.
I have their
You
Facebook
know where
account
they
and I
live.
know where they live. I'll just go hang out in their town until I find them.
It's okay.
So
I don't think anybody actually knows what baked Alaska is. Literally, I've had like 50 different answers. Some of it's cakes. None of it is said apple. They said ice cream. I don't even know what's going on here.
Now we're going to have to Google that.
I'm Googling it.
Laura's Googling Baked Alaska
Laura's
right now.
on top of it.
I think Baked Alaska is
Oh, weird.
You're like,
it's a type of marijuana.
It's an apple cake meringue
Ice cream.
deep fry ice cream.
Ice cream pie.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's crazy looking. Hold on a second. I can't see it.
Somebody says, "Isn't ice cream on fire?"
It looks actually
I
pretty
think
good.
like there's meringue on the outside that they
Baked
run.
Alaska is a dessert food
It-
consisting of ice cream and cake topped with
Yeah, but then
browned meringue.
Well, you guys can
what is that
actually...
Neapolitan?
No
It looks like
apples.
Neapolitan
That
ice cream
one
cake.
was,
You
yeah.
can Google it, but let's see if you can see it on camera.
Somebody just said it's fish.
It's it looks like Neapolitan ice cream cake.
Well, that particular one.
With
I mean,
meringue on
you can
top.
put different kinds.
Do you know who Doug D is?
No.
I don't know. I know I see Doug
Just
D, but I'm
ask.
not sure.
Did Lorena think the wine was good? So I have no earthly clue.
Oh, Doug, yeah, Doug's the one that gave her the wine.
Thank you
That's
so much.
right, Doug.
It is pretty good. I have to say. It's a 2011. I cannot pronounce this. Chateau.
It was Doug. Sorry, Doug.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll be back in Vegas at some point because we have to be there for business. So let's get together, have dinner.
Yes, absolutely.
Some people asked about Sumo Springs. We have them on our RV. It definitely made a difference.
We have no upgrades done on our RV whatsoever. No handling upgrades, no suspension upgrades, no performance upgrades, nada.
But it rides like a champ. I have to say, Freya has been amazing.
Yeah, it's a noisy old thing that on some of these dirt roads it shakes the hell out of you, but we've had no issues. I will say that I've been thinking about it, talking to myself in my own head, and having discussions with myself on doing those upgrades after now having the coach
Last
for 2
question.
years, and now I've got a really good idea of what it was like without it, and see if it really does make any difference. But I haven't even done what they call the CHF, which is called the cheap handling fix. It's where you move your front sway bars up a notch. I haven't even done that.
Okay. So guys, this is gonna be the last question, and then we're gonna say goodbye. So last question, Kevin.
Do you see a time when you will quit RVing?
Tomorrow, maybe, if we have to travel with Kevin.
Here's the thing: we had a timing of 1 year. That's why I gave Paul.
Yeah.
Then I upped it to 2 years. I was like, okay, 1 year East Coast, the other year West Coast.
Yep.
And at some point, I was like, screw it. It's like if I'm enjoying traveling in the moment, why I'm putting a time limit to it? So at that point is when we were like, we're gonna do it as long as we feel like, as long as it's fun, and then after that, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah. I can see me doing this for a long time. I like it. I don't know what else to
Paul
say.
could do it like forever and
Yeah,
ever.
I like it.
I don't think I could do it forever and ever, but but let's see what happens.
Maybe eventually I'll get a job as a tour guide at one of the national parks. I don't know.
Male
Okay.
strip clubs.
I can get a job raking sites at a campground. That'd
You
be
would be
awesome.
so good.
I would be so
He
good at
has
that.
An obsession with it. He has an obsession with
We haven't noticed.
it. Right? Okay, guys, thank you for joining the live.
Where are we going? We
We're
have things
going.
to do.
2 hours already. 2 hours. People have to go to sleep. They're not in Alaskan time.
They can go to sleep.
They're not in Alaskan time.
All
So it's like, thank you guys for joining. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not, and to subscribe to Vegan RV as well. And
Such a sweetheart.
really thank you. The
You guys are
donations.
so amazing.
And the donation, I mean, we were not expecting. Oh, I didn't know even that was an option.
Yeah.
Right.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Kevin and Laura, for moderating, and Laura for interrupting us all the time. And
She was just refereeing.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's here to make sure Kevin doesn't get out of control. But again, yeah, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys spending time with us. We super appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch our videos, and we hope you enjoy the content. We're going to continue to put it out as much as we possibly can.
Yes.
And hopefully it gets better and better and better and better and better.
And hopefully we get to meet you some point somewhere on the road.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of you are full time.
Yeah, reach out to us on Facebook. Is again always the best place. Facebook and Instagram is more up to date.
Bye. Bye, Izzy.
All I saw was his one eyeball. See you guys.